All right, everybody, welcome back to Lime City Winter Wonderland. I'm joined here with FoxyJira playing Final Fantasy X. How's it going, Foxy?
Hello, I'm tired. It's gonna be a late night run. So
I feel like you're not a stranger to those type of runs. You know what I mean?
no,
It's
it's
always
pretty
this game.
normal. It's always this game, and it's always late at night, so it's that's totally okay.
All right, for sure. And whenever you're free to count us down.
Cool. Original soundtrack, of course. And 3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right. Also, Joe, thanks for the raid. All right, so I will be commentating this run as well as being the new host. Apache is taking a little break. It's fine. This is Final Fantasy X. This is a game.
This is a game.
And there's a reason.
Absolutely.
So explain to us Chadley really quick, Foxy.
Oh yeah, that's just a me thing. That is completely. I waste about 10 to 15 seconds every run putting in that name. Actually, specifically because of the last run, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Basically, I did a Pokemon Nuzlocke, and then on stream, and then about a month later, Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, and I had named my character in the Pokemon Nuzlocke Chadley. So basically, out of just pure homage to my ability to read the future, I decided to.
It always brings that good luck.
I forget where they're from, but they're the Doggles, I'm pretty sure.
They're just the Doggles.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have a city. They're just the Doggles, which is such a weird name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to know where they came up with that. I've never thought about
it. I know, right? They're just the Xanarkin Doggles.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is cutscene remover. If you guys haven't noticed, this run is going very, very, very fast. Thankfully, the cutscene remover removes a lot of the cutscenes and stuff.
Look at all these crits. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the cutscene remover mod specifically just removes all, or I would say most dialogue, minus a few sections where developers for the mod itself weren't able to take them out because of weird places that it'll either breaking the game itself or there's not a good spot for you to teleport you to, essentially. So it cuts the run down by about 5.5 hours, which is quite a bit, much more manageable. But hey.
Yeah, so, if you're feeling cutscenes, you can just not use it and watch these amazing cutscenes for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah. So the nice thing is that basically with the mod itself, I am playing through the game fully as intended. Everything that I'm doing is I would have to do in a normal run. So I have to talk to all the same people. I have to go and I theoretically should go in the same order that I do. The biggest difference is that there are a few skips or sequence breaks essentially that we do in the run that either I still have to do, or some of them it's just faster to run through and not do the just to go through and do it normally. So it's kind of a give and take there, but the biggest thing is the Mushroom Rock Road skip, which will be about a little over an hour into the run. A new skip was found. Ooh, crit from Warren. All right.
Crit. Yeah, we want a lot of crits here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time. But yeah, the new Mushroom Rock Road skip, it saves in this category about 6 minutes, but in the any percent category about 20 minutes. It's ridiculous. From this year as well. Crazy to think about.
Yeah. So yeah, we're skipping ahead. Really, this first portion is kind of just a normal playthrough of the game, sort of. One thing that we have not mentioned yet is that this is cutscene. So CSR, cutscene remover, with RNG fix. RNG fix is kind of not a good name, but it does. Yeah. But when you understand it, it makes a lot more sense. So Final Fantasy X kind of has a fixed RNG system based off of every action that you or the characters take in the game, essentially. So much so that we can track it to literally everything that I'm doing. So every input that I make essentially can be tracked and will tell me what is going to happen next. So because of that, it kind of turns the game into a little bit. It's not necessarily scripted because there are some variants that can happen based off of a little bit of extra randomness, but for the most part, it kind of turns the game into like a slog is a bad word. It's a very different run essentially, with you're trying to plan out exactly what's happening and kind of script the run yourself and turn it to your own personal task essentially, right? But with the RNG fix, it essentially changes that. So the RNG values are rolled at a much higher rate than in theory. I think some people say like theoretically you could track it if you were like really, really adamant about it. But essentially, like for anybody that actually would want to do it, it's just impossible. So you're basically playing the game kind of as intended, if that makes sense. You're kind of going through just doing the run, right, with whatever is kind of handed to you, rather than kind of tracking out everything that every action that you're taking, etc. So it's in terms of like a purist style, I would say this is kind of the purest form of the run. But at the end of the day, it turns it into a little bit more of an RNG fest, as other people have said. So yeah, so absolutely cheating, 100%.
Yeah, basically just run. It's two different categories. The game is really different when you look at regular 80% and RNG fix, which is really cool because as RNG fix for people who like don't really want to do tracking and stuff like that. But you're able to see the route the way it was intended. People have known for a while and stuff like that. Sick.
So it's fun. It's a nice way to break it out so that, like, I think a lot of the higher level like tracked runs these days can get pretty in the weeds about how some like kind of basically random rolls of whether somebody gets targeted with low health or something like that. Even one character death can send your tracker like into oblivion and kills a run. So
nice.
Yeah, good preempt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see like there's just the amount of like the stuff in this game where like every single decision matters.
Yeah,
it's really it just shows that how far the run's gone, and to have a mod like this where it's like we're able to like, play in that old style. It's sick as hell. All right, so this is a boss fight. Not really a boss fight. It's already over. We watched the cutscene as well.
Yep.
If the screen ever goes black for like a second, it literally just means that there was a cutscene and we're on to the next one.
Yep, exactly. So skip all the fun stuff. I could probably say some of these from memory, but at the same time, I'm very tired. It's been a very long day, and I'm here to do this run and wipe my hands clean of it for maybe a little while longer. So right now, for those that don't know Final Fantasy X, the first, I think, what is it? Trying to think, like 20 to 30 minutes of this run are kind of still in the tutorial section where you're kind of running around learning the game, learning the mechanics. It'll be right around the 25-minute mark when we get our first Sin encounter, where we'll actually be like starting to kind of either grind a little bit, go through other things. So I need to hit this boss is called Click. I need to hit it 6 times, and then every crit I get is 1 less hit. So that's 3 hits so far. Misses are great because I don't want to potion myself. And then later in the fight, Riku is going to be joining our party, and I'm going to be trying to steal as many. Look, the last hit was a crit, of course. And it's funny getting stuff like that in RNG fix where like when the crit doesn't matter, the game gives you one. So I have to use a grenade here, but I'm going to try. I usually tend to go for 3 steals just because that's just what I'm comfortable with. So this first steal is guaranteed, and then every steal afterward is a 50-50 chance, I believe, or it goes down every steal.
Yeah, it's like 50, and then 25, and then like 12.5 or something like that.
Yep, so
nice 2 steals.
Yep, so 2 steals. Let's see if I get another. Okay, 3, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just I don't know why I potioned it. I'm gonna potion here just because it's her turn. So I got 3. There is a good chance that I get a encounter on the chain as we're going into the underwater ruins. So let's hope Click hits Riku. Nope. I will have to heal here, possibly. Yes.
Yeah, thankfully Riku's in the last, so you can just not risk it by just potioning with her at the end.
Yeah.
Watch a kill.
Watch a kill. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you always get 2 ability spheres, and there's like, so this cutscene would be like, they're like, hey, like Riku knocked him out. They're waking him and telling him to go do some work because they saved him. And so I have, like I said, I have 3 grenades. We need 6 total for the Tros fight, which is like the big octopus fight at the end of this little section. I'll probably steal 2 grenades from, if I get a piranha encounter on this chain, steal 2 grenades from that, and then one grenade from the forced piranha encounter in like the back room, essentially. So yeah, it's a pretty simple piece here. We're just trying to get as many grenades as we can, and obviously don't go over. I do like to sometimes see if I'll get 7 grenades so that I can be cheeky and grenade the piranhas in the back room, but that doesn't happen too often. Gives you a lot more AP. And I have 1 power sphere.
I'll keep track for you, by the way, on spheres.
Perfect. So another thing that we're kind of tracking throughout the run, which I have in my splits that I do have open this time around, but not, but you know, for normal runs I would as well, where I'm tracking how many power and speed spheres I'm getting. I need, I don't know what the total number is, but I know that I need 8 total power spheres, 2 of which are extra guaranteed ones that I get from Sinspawn, one of the Sinspawn fights in Kilika. So I count them weird just because of how the route has changed because of the Mushroom Rock Road skip that we'll be doing later. And then I need 18 total speed spheres. There has been a slight update to the speed sphere number. Oh, ambush, great.
Oh, of course.
Easy time loss. There has been a slight update to some of the sphere gridding that we do later in the game for one of our local, or at least the person who designed the tracker essentially in the community, Gray Fox 1996. So that's nice. Oh, look at that crit from Riku.
Nice. I love these crits.
yeah, I'm loving these crits too, man. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, 2 speeds here is great.
Nice.
So
yeah, Gray Fox's route and everything, and all he's done for this game is like invaluable.
Yeah, Gray Fox has essentially taken this game to a whole new level of technicality and made it really, I guess, accessible in terms of, you know, what I don't say accessible, but also accessible, because he was the one who also made the the RNG fix mod on top of the cutscene remover, and then essentially designed the tracker that is used today. So I would say that tracking, while seemingly tedious, really is kind of a fun way to play the game in its own right, because you do actually go through and what's the word, like not explain the game, but like you get to explore the game yourself and kind of see what you can do with the seed that you get. So on PC and in the HD versions, actually, there are only 256 available seeds that you can get, so that greatly lowers the amount of, you know, kind of like randomness, I guess, at the end of the day that you can get. In the PS2 version of the game, the number of seeds is 2 to the 32, I'm pretty sure is the number.
It's like 4.3 billion seeds. So you're basically it's basically random.
Exactly. So, which can suck a lot, because the biggest change that the run has seen because of all this tracking stuff is that what we do at the end of the run is go for something called no encounter armor, which, as it would seem, makes it so that when it's equipped, you don't get any encounters. I think on Orange, it saves around 8 minutes, depending on which armor you get for which character. If you get a swimmer armor, which is Riku, Wonka, and Titus, it saves extra time, because then you also don't get encounters in the water. So really only in Mount Gag does it really affect things, but you know, just that itself is a huge time save. And so that's really kind of what tracking is used for. That's the main thing it's used for, is to see if you can get a no encounter armor and kind of force that to drop, because it's a 2% drop, I'm pretty sure, from a ghost in the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. Whereas, you know, without it, it's just, you know, a lot of encounters that you don't need to get.
It's ridiculously long. Honestly.
Yeah. So you
guys will notice like how long like it takes for an encounter to start, how long it takes to leave, and how long it takes to like watch the result screen every single time.
Yep.
All right.
So it's
So one big thing about this game when it comes to encounters is every single encounter in the game has a 1 in 8 chance of being an ambush, a 1 in 8 chance of being a preemptive, and like a 6 in 8 chance of being normal. And 1 in 8 chance is really low, but like you're gonna be experiencing a lot of encounters. So our goal for this run is the least amount of ambushes possible, because ambushes are not good at all.
Yeah.
Early game especially.
Yeah, thankfully in the HD you kind of get saved because if you die you just go back to the last screen that you were on. But obviously in like PS2 it's much worse because your run's just dead. But yeah, so that's essentially it. Here, oh nice, preempt.
Oh,
Let's
perfect.
go.
This is the best thing you could possibly get, by the way.
Oh,
right
and a crit. Let's go.
On the single fish. That's really good. That's
okay.
That might be
really
2 powers.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, let's go.
Beautiful.
2 more powers, baby. Loving it. But yeah, so in the lagoon, there's 3 encounters you can get, either a 2 piranha, 3 piranha, or 4 piranha. 4 piranha is the worst, especially if it's an ambush, because 2 of the piranhas are single piranhas, and they can easily outspeed Titus, so they just get free turns. As well as the fact that you don't want to take the time to kill them, you just want to escape. What
were you saying?
What was I talking about?
Okay, you guys are gonna see firsthand exactly what Foxy was saying. That's 3 attacks. That's 4 attacks. Oh, you thought it was over? Nope. We got more.
5 attacks. Oh, 6 attacks. Oh, 7 attacks. And now it's a 75% chance to escape. So theoretically, we could fail these multiple times in a row, but thankfully Waka and Titus decided that both they wanted to go first try, which is amazing.
This is a great start that we're experiencing. 2 ambushes already out of like the first 6 encounters in the game.
Yeah, really good, really good. There's only one, really the only ambush that you want in the entire game is the Geos Jano encounter, because it takes 1 less defend to get through the encounter.
It's like the second encounter of the game, and it doesn't. It's an unwinnable boss fight. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Other than that, you do not want ambushes. So like the problem with this new route is you don't get this weapon called Sentry on Orin, and what the weapon does is it makes it so you can't get ambushed, which is invaluable. But now it's like you're basically just throwing yourself in there and just praying that
hoping for the best. Yeah, it has the initiative ability, which I believe ups preemptive chances as well as, like you said, completely eliminates ambushes in general. So that, and we're also kind of, throughout the middle portion of the game, because we skip all of Mushroom Rock Road, we don't do kind of like a mid-section of gridding that would make us faster than a lot of the enemies that we're going through. So there are points where even Titus is getting outsped, essentially, by his class of enemies, which would be like raptor, which would be like lizards and wolf. So for the most part, it is pretty spooky because it takes a lot more time to heal and all that sort of stuff. So one thing about Final Fantasy X is that there is a lot of like downtime in the early game. So here we're kind of just like taking it easy, like we're going through our first trial, like not really much is happening here. This is kind of just going through the motions at the end of the day. There's really not too much to kind of like talk about here at the end of the day, but each piece is important in its own right, and there are still like quick things that you have to pay attention to, such as, again, counting spheres. There's a couple fights where, like Kimari coming up, you need to count how much damage you're doing. Thankfully, the way to count it is very easy, but because of your damage ranges, but at the same time, a lot of that stuff is just very dependent on that. We're also looking for drops too. There is I don't know if you knew this, Vermilion, but there is like a very, very rare chance that the wolves can drop lightning steals.
Yes, I've gotten it before. It's really funny.
Yeah. So, and then you got to remember to not sell the lightning steal.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Before, also, since we have downtime, we do have a $10 donation from Apache Smash saying, "I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up."
We'll show the game's best character here.
We gotta show the true protagonist.
Yeah.
Killer Woods.
Yeah. He's the best.
But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of downtime in this game because the game wants you to do these puzzles called cloister trials, and we jammed the music a little bit, but sometimes it gets a little bit too long, like you guys will see later.
Yeah, baby, let's go Bavell.
Yeah, a lot of the RNG that matters the most for this run is mainly just ambush luck,
Yep.
blitzball, which you guys will see later, and everyone knows about.
Yeah.
Even if you don't run this game, you've probably heard a runner complain about blitzball.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Also, I'm gonna name all of our.
Oh, let's go. I'm down. What we got here?
Actually, oops, I'm sorry.
Arby's, let's go.
Arby's, baby, we got
We
the
have the
meats.
meats.
With multiple S's, because yeah. So I will be naming. I didn't do this in the last marathon I was in, but we'll just be naming all of the Aeons. It might make it a little rough to know which one I need to use, but should be fine. Should be fine.
If you guys are wondering, by the way, how much time the cutscene rumor has just saved, we would probably be about an hour and 5 minutes into the game right now.
Yeah.
So already about 45 minutes saved.
Yeah.
You guys,
that's so much time. I mentioned this before, but in a previous marathon, and I love to mention this just for people that like kind of some people are kind of on and off whether they think the cutscene remover is kind of a good thing, or like what they want to see the whole run. But at the end of the day, I think it makes the run itself much more accessible and easier to learn. Since when I first started learning this game, Waka, wow, goated.
Beautiful, nice. That's an extra speed sphere we got. Beautiful, beautiful.
I am like coasting on spheres right now. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
this is crazy. I've already got 5.
It's to make up for the really bad ambushes.
Yeah, it is happening.
Like most runners would just reset on a 4-fish ambush. We're like, yeah, we're done here.
Yep, we're done. Like that's just too much time lost. Bye bye. Like
it's like 30 seconds of time lost that you just don't want to have. It's the beginning of the game too.
Literally no control over it whatsoever. But as I was mentioning, I think it like with the game as long as it is, it's kind of hard to really consistently learn and keep engaged, I guess, with a full game run. At least for me, because like you get about 3 or 4 hours in, and then I'm kind of at that point like still needing to read notes and stuff like that, and like try to figure out like what I need to do next. And it's hard to kind of internalize every action that you're doing. So really just kind of the bang nature of the cutscene remover itself just makes it so that you're playing the game consistently and it's much easier to execute, I think, at the end of the day, and kind of really internalize what you need to do. All right, so +6.
Nice. Oh, this is really good.
Plus 13. A crit.
Okay, so we're good.
So you need to do an app. You get Kimari is also a 6-hit enemy, but you need to do an average 125 damage per hit. So you need to do an average 125 damage per hit, but your damage rolls can range from like 119 to 134 or something like that, or 117.
So 130 something. 130 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really high, really low.
Yeah, so there's a pretty good variance between all of the different pieces of variance that you can get. So at the end of the day, when I was saying +6, +13, I was doing 6 damage above 125. So I'm just counting that way, so I don't have to keep track of every number that I've done. I just know that I'm up where I'm at based off of what how much damage I've done. But the nice thing is that if you get a crit, then you're good. Then you have basically you've done an extra turn of damage, so you guarantee you only need to hit 6 times. So so just free damage. Crits are great. We love crits. The more crits, the better. But sometimes the game just puts them where you don't need them, and that's just the way of the world. So so this is a pretty easy fight. All we're doing here is using Arby's to kill this Garuda. We're gonna get it to. You're going to do this to get Arby's to full overdrive, which we're going to be using on both the Sin Fin fight and this is one Jino fight in outside of the Kilika Temple.
I call this part actually listen to the whole entire battle theme, because this is the only time the actual battle theme.
Yeah.
And it's a banger. Usually we just hear it for 5 seconds and then leave the fight, because we don't want to be in a random encounter for so long. But yeah, we're still in the tutorial-ish area right now. And you're gonna see Foxy do a menu after this. It's very important that this menu happens, just for time save purposes, and he needs to grid Titus for certain stuff later on.
Yep.
But Titus is gonna be our basically, essentially, like our early to mid game carry of this game. He's definitely a Chad. That's his name.
Yeah, he's definitely a Chad. He hits hard, but his girlfriend will hit harder. Yuna will be beefed up to no belief, to no end. Really going through, using his training regimen. Yeah. So here, Waka is supposed to be in your party, or it expects Waka to be in your party, but you have the ability to switch him out. So we just they say, Waka, it's your show, and then we just run away because the fight would be too long. So this is a forced encounter here to kind of like show you how to switch enemies, and that everybody in the party has their own enemy that they should be technically dealing with at the end of the day. So that's about it. Just kind of like the first introduction to using formations and switching out party members. So nothing too crazy. We can get an encounter here.
It's the meme encounter.
Yeah, it's the meme encounter because it's just really technically purely a time waste. So you shouldn't theoretically get one in RNG fix if your movement's okay. Movement in this game is just very odd because it's like sort of tank movement, but
it's
not.
super snappy, super duper snappy. If you won't even realize what's like how it is by watching it, but when you play it, you're like, okay, yeah, never mind. I
yeah. It's because it's kind of based off of the camera, but also not at the same time.
It's it's so hard to explain.
It's very wonky. It's like you can hold an angle as the camera changes, but then even the camera changes, like what's considered up with the camera change, even though, I don't know, it's crazy. It's just, if you've played it before, it's definitely like very jank, like early PlayStation 2 dual analog craziness, essentially. So
yeah, it's very. They were trying to get used to the analog, controls of the PS2 and stuff like that. So I can respect it. Oh yeah, this is a boss fight. We just randomly are fighting something. Cutscenes are gone.
Yep, cutscenes are. Yeah, we don't know what happened, but we also kind of
all of a sudden, it's really funny to like watch this game from like an outside perspective. Like how what do you think is actually happening? Like all of a sudden, 1 second you're like zapping this Garuda, and the next second we're on a ship, and we're just seeing a flying fin.
I have to make sure that I use energy ray on the right on the right enemy.
Everyone has done the mean energy ray on the Sin scales.
Okay, good roll.
The Sin spawns. Yeah, really good roll. And if you guys look, the fin is literally connected to nothing, which is really funny.
I hate it so much. It bothers me. It really bothers me to no end. Because they changed they like changed either the character model size or like also the camera zoom. So a lot the stuff is just it's just absolutely jank.
Yeah, it's because of the not cutscene remover. It's like there's a lot of water effects on this part, so you can't even see it. But then like when the water effects are gone, it's just it's Finn.
Yeah, that's all it is. Well, it's funny when you look at Sin, in like late game, there's 2 Finns here, right? But with this, there's only the one. So it's like, it's the Sid fin, but where's the other fin that is on, like...
It's literally just like one side of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so like somebody else killed the other fin? Like, doesn't make any sense. Oh, meme.
Yep.
No meme, let's go.
Nice, let's go. So like,
yes.
Yeah, it's basically a roll right there. You can either get another movement on the Sin fin, which sucks. You lose about 10 seconds, or you get that.
You get no movement, and you just immediately go to the next spec. So good. All right. So this is the first, not first Sin spawn, but first Sin spawn of being in Spira that we get. Underwater, kind of shown that Waka and Titus are our underwater compatriots. So I'm going to cheer twice with Titus, which that was the most important thing that I did with the sphere grid there. I attacked because I'm silly. That's fine. It
doesn't matter that much. Yeah, it doesn't matter that much because if you miss an overkill here, you lose 6 AP. That's literally nothing.
Yeah, that's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so cheer basically gives 1 strength to the whole party.
Yep.
So and 1 strength is actually kind of big early game. That's
Yeah.
why we need it. And it's really important that Waka does use Dark Attack too on RNG fix, because we don't want Achilles getting too many heals off.
Damage rolls, baby. Yeah. So the main thing is that in the early game you can get a range. You will always have enough to get cheer as you always have enough to get cheer going through after the first Garuda fight, but sometimes you will or will not get enough AP to get the first strength sphere, which isn't a big deal, but it definitely just kind of changes the flow of things. I would have to do 4 instead of 2, so there is a little bit of like splitting what's what I'm looking for, like not the diff, but like the route can change based off of what you have gotten. All right, got the kill still. Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, nice.
Perfect. Easy.
Yeah, like it's like nothing even happened, you know.
Yeah.
Just get lucky.
So there are just get lucky, right? There are certain things in the game that if I do miss them, I like things are very bad.
Are dead.
Yeah. Oh, water ball. So we're looking for ice based ice elemental weapons there. That or water resistant armor for later in the game. Mainly for Titus and Waka. That way Titus can overkill the Dynonix is also best character. He wants to be a blitzball when he grew up.
Let's go.
Our hero.
That's the best character in the game. Literally wants to be a blitzball when he grows up.
Man, it's gonna be Animorphs, but not.
I feel like you talk to that kid at least every single time you do a marathon, huh? Once.
Oh, that's basically that kind of comes with the territory. I've done this game for a lot of marathons now. It's weird to think about, but there are so many marathons. It's hard not to, I guess.
Yeah, it's like we don't really care about losing. It's like a 3-hour run, anyways. It's like a few seconds.
Yeah.
And it's the best. It's the best NPC in the game.
Yep. Yeah. So now we have a little tutorial about Kimari being our blue mage. He technically is. We are able to use him in the Sin Fin fight first, because he is again first a boss in against Titus in Besaid, but now he's obviously with the party and stuff. So we're just gonna kill this this Regora and move on from there. I guess the biggest change here is that we charged Arby's, aka Balfour's Overdrive, at the Sin Fin fight, and then we'll be using it again on what do you call it? Sin Spongino. So gonna get Flee here, which is probably the most important ability in the entire game.
Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
Definitely need the Flee, because spoiler alert, we're going to be experiencing a lot of encounters. Oh, that's really funny, so.
I'll take it because it's a preempt.
Yeah, so the big thing we don't want to see here, this whole entire section, is we don't want to see this enemy.
Yeah.
Preempt's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because you're able to like kill before it does anything. It's not. It also gives a lot of AP. It's about 20 AP.
Yeah, it's like 2.5, right? Enemies, like.
Yeah, roughly about 2.5. Yeah.
Yep. So what I'm trying to do, and what is different from what I have never had this happen before.
If you have an early encounter like that, these guys just block your way. It's so
they just
funny.
Meme you into oblivion. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they literally do.
It's yeah. So in old route, what we would do is like try to build Valefor's Overdrive on a set of enemies in Kilika Woods to use against Chino. But now, since it's already pre-charged and we skip Mushroom Rock Road, we basically want to go through Power Sphere. Come on, dude.
Yeah, you're at 4 already. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're almost good at Power Spheres, kind of.
Yeah, that's just stupid. But now we'll basically be fighting everything in the forest that kind of makes sense to try and get haste as early as we possibly can. so that we really want it for Obliterator. We really need it for post Blitzball with the Sahagan teams fight, because there are 17 enemies, and fighting them all without haste is a nightmare and a waste of our heals. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool to see all the route changes that have arisen since like not even kidding, about 6 months ago. And this game's been ran for so long, but
Yeah,
it wasn't until this new route where we just have to change a lot of the things people used to do. Like we would have to get the other overdrive on RBs, and we would have to not get that many kills in Killica Woods. But now it's like we really just care about getting these early levels so that we can just make the middle section of the game a little faster.
yep, a little bit more consistent. So it's it's pretty, it's nice overall. I mean, obviously not having to worry about Mushroom Muck Road is just such a huge advantage. And it's funny because I don't know, I think everybody was kind of at that point about right before the skip was found. It was like, yep, Final Fantasy X is sort of a dead game now. Like we figured out probably the best route that we can with this, and also, you know, like there are no improvements. What are we going to improve at this rate without something crazy? So that's really honestly the funniest part to me, is that like even a 22-year-old game at this point is still like alive and kicking because of stuff like this, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's sick. You love to see it. Like I remember, but right before I joined the speedrunning this game, like right before the skip was found, and it wasn't really that active. And then once that skip came out, like so many people started running the game, so many people came back, and it's amazing what a skip can do for revitalizing like a community like this.
So you can see there, as I mentioned before, like I still have to go talk to Waka for that. What do you call it, for that little section? We do skip for this the elevator piece, because that is kind of just a lot of dialogue, and all you have to do is walk onto a thing, walk back onto the elevator. So you're not missing too much, but it's nice to not have to forget, you know, that like, oh crap, like I need to go talk to these people to actually, you know, advance the game. One thing I will say though is that a lot of people have questions about whether the cutscene remover mod itself can be used for casual playthroughs, and sadly, it is specifically meant to be used for speedrunning. If you're trying to do like a quick casual playthrough where you don't do a lot of extra side content, that is, you know, what you can use it for. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to like, you know, go to like get extra dialogue for things like, you know, going into like the Rin center in or the shop in Macalania right before you have the crawler fight, little things like that, it's gonna kind of break it, and it won't know where to put you because you're in the wrong cutscene. So you kind of do have to follow the script of where we as speedrunners go. So not the best, but at the same time, you could theoretically use it in like the late game if you really wanted to. You just have to know kind of when to turn it on and off, which isn't too bad at the end of the day. But yeah, also turbo's allowed now.
Well.
Yeah, also turbo's allowed. That's kind of a contentious point. I will sing its praises as much as I can, because I've actually not started to hurt my thumb, but kind of was on the way to like hurting my thumb with just, you know, 9 hours of running this game and kind of mindlessly mashing. There is a, what do you call it? Like this game is a little different in the fact that there isn't like text skipping, but there is dialogue skipping, and it happens. Oops, I forgot to rename Ifrit. My bad. We don't use Ifrit.
You don't use Ifrit anyways. Yeah.
So yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, formation. We're gonna switch Lulu back in, and we're gonna go grab the Lux Sphere that's casually just sitting at the edge of the woods, which is very, very, very important for later.
This is a
that's
the worst encounter in the entire game. I'm just kidding. In this section.
Yeah, it does suck. I mean, Double Rigor is just absolutely terrible. So, you know, hey,
getting absolutely trolled by these enemies right now.
Yeah,
this is a big part of the
game's just like sprinkling in ambushes over here, and then it's like, you know what, we gave you something good, so suck on these, buddy.
The game's like Marathon. All right, take
I got
bad
you.
luck.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Here we go.
Every ambush is a 1 in 8 chance, and Foxy has gotten, I believe, 4 ambushes already, and the game just started. Nice overkill though.
Water. Here we go. It's 2 more. That's yep. It's an extra speed.
Yeah, this is
So,
probably
Matt,
the part of the game where you need This is where you get most of your speed spheres and power spheres. Is these encounters? So you really hoping that these encounters are good.
Yeah, really. We used to kind of hate reptile bee and whatever encounter, but now we're kind of just like, sure, dude. Like, give me all that extra experience. Wow, Waka, what is going on?
Okay, your crits are ridiculous right now. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're getting so many crits. 3 speed spheres? Yep.
Yep, nice.
Okay, that means you're at 8 speed spheres, so you're halfway there.
Yep, so just going to go ahead and take that. That was an okay kill, Local Woods. Kind of sucked that I didn't get more encounters, but how many kills did I get? Like 11 or something like that?
Yeah, it was relatively low.
Yeah.
It sucks though. It's just like this is the part of the game where like you just have to just like remember is like you're gonna pray for a lot of really good encounters there, but the game's not gonna give it to you sometimes, and like that you get 2 ambushes and then you gotta cry a little bit inside.
Yep. Free time loss. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, luckily there's a lot of ways to make it up later on, but it's just slower. But you know, it's not really that big of a deal at the end of the day. Alright, this is Blitzball tutorial. We wanna not really Blitzball tutorial, but like this is where like you kind of the game wants you to get Jack shot. And
I'm really bad
sadly,
at this though. I
really
don't know. I think that, I got one. Holy wow! I don't.
Yeah, this part's really hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
very specific.
Oh wait, did you not get it? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh okay. Well, guys, that's actually really important. This run's like kind of dead now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, we if you get Jack shot on cutscene remover, first of all, it's slower. Second of all, it crashes the cutscene remover.
It crashes the cutscene remover.
It's basically just the Gray Fox basically saying no, don't get it, please.
Yeah.
Like I will just say, don't get Jack shot. We don't do that here.
Yeah. Because you can't even use it anyway in Blitzball with the planned route that we do or like the tactics that we do for it. So it's completely pointless. It's pretty funny to kind of meme on that every time. It's like, oh no, I'm so bad, which is for me really funny because as a kid I was absolutely terrible. I did not understand because like they use different like boxes for the tutorial boxes, and then whenever Jack starts talking. So growing up, I was just an absolute idiot and was like, what do they want me to do? Just like looking at these things popping. I'm like, yeah, Jack is like taunting me. I don't understand what the the point is here. But I think you have to get 10 of those.
There's subtitles on the screen, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Even though
like what am I supposed to do with these subtitles? Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes. It's actually a lot.
So I'm going to sell the longsword here and a bunch of other stuff, hoping to...
Definitely don't.
Oh, that's sad. All right. So we're going to be trying to buy the Stunning Steel, which is going to be used later in the run for the Extractor fight. So I had to pick this up just so I can afford it, this extra 600 gil, which sucks. What you really want there is a drop from Jano that gives you a... it's darkness. It's a darkness weapon. Yeah. And it's like each of those.
So it's 760 or something, or like 600 something. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. It's a lot of gil. So if you get one of those, you're basically guaranteed to what do you call it? Be able to afford Stunning Steel immediately. But you know,
a little more RNG on top of like the RNG sandwich here that we got here. You know,
exactly.
We got drops and we got encounters and kill. You know.
Oh, I think I actually skipped the. I think I skipped talking to the guy on the Sade dock too.
You didn't do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you had enough money anyways.
I think I would have just barely had enough.
Barely made it. Yeah, 30, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a lot of money for that. We used to never grab that because we would grid Titus before Extractor, but since you're not fighting Sinspawn Gui anymore, you don't have enough XP to actually do that. Mm-hmm. There is a new strat, lurking around, but it's like it requires a lot of circumstances.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, mitigates it if like you have to leave Kilika Woods with haste. If you don't have that, then you most certainly will not have enough to what's the word? To have to be able to early grid essentially, so that it's much less scary, at least in the first portion of Thunder Plains. So I will get haste before Obliterator, which is good, because basically that Lulu is pretty slow, and we're using her Thunder ability obviously to kind of go through things. So because I don't have haste already, I'm going to be going through and manually killing a couple of these.
We're gonna see Kamari's overdrive seed cannon, very funny.
Yep. He's just spitting out seeds here, baby.
Yeah, Kamari's a very, very, very important party member in this game. He's a blue mage, so he's able to steal a lot of skills in this game. Very useful for a lot of sections of the run.
Yeah, he kind of just absolutely obliterates some of the mid-game sections with his overdrive Stone Breath.
Yeah, extremely important overdrive that we get later on.
Yeah.
Also to the RNG section that we need to get. We need to get an enemy encounter in a certain section of the run.
Yeah, there's a good chance that we do get it. It's just kind of like one of those things you know, at that point you're grinding it out. So what I'm really hoping here is that Lulu doesn't get hit anymore.
It's a little dodgy. Yeah, we want. Yeah. So the next boss fight will actually target completely randomly, and there's a chance that like someone could just get super targeted or not get targeted at all. So we gotta be really careful about our party members' HP, because Lulu's the most important party member for this section.
214 is okay. It's a little close, but should be fine. So I have enough to get. Actually, what I really can do is just quickly heal her with the potion.
Great.
Yeah. So just to make it safe. This is a marathon. We shouldn't be taking it too, you know, too spooky. So I have 14. It's mana spheres. I have a lot of mana spheres. All right. There we go. So I got haste, so this will go much better, much faster. Kind of on pace right now for like a typical run that I've had like in the past. So, and this part, they do explain earlier in the game about using like kind of the same menu as your overdrive menu. Allows you to do like external actions, such as like talk to a such as like talking to an enemy character to like raise your stats or like delay their own or like extra actions such as like just simple heals and stuff. So here the game is like encouraging us to use the crane for the Obliterator fight, because it basically there's the Blitzball Rush. Lulu got hit once.
Lulu got hit once. Wow.
Oh, wow,
Kamari took all of it. Actually, I'll be honest, guys. Okay, out of all the runs I've watched, that I've never seen it before.
That I've never seen either. Like, wow.
That's crazy. I've seen it where someone got hit 0 times, but never been once.
One time, it's just like, yeah, it's like taunting. The run is taunting me at this point.
Yep.
So so the Obliterator tends to drop electricity-based either weapons and armor. So what I'm hoping for here when I kill with Titus is to either drop a Lightning Steel or a Thunderball. By attacking with Titus, it increases the chance. Thunderball is even better, actually.
That is a really rare.
That's a rare drop and also a great drop. So I'm very happy about that.
You can whip it as well, yeah. Perfect. This is what you want to see. Because Walkout Thunderball is extremely useful for 2 sections. You got the Sahagan section, and we got
the Extractor section.
Extractor, yeah. Very, very, very good.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
But we do have a section that everybody knows. Even if you never played this game before, it's not a Blitzball.
Time for Blitzball, baby.
This is the ultimate run killer.
I'm so ready to be memed on. Oh my god.
So many people have lost countless runs here, including myself and Foxy. God. Anyone who's ever ran this game. Okay,
let's go. Okay.
So basically, when the game starts, it's always blitz off, and it's going to be a 50-50 chance if we get the ball or if the enemy team gets the ball. If we get the ball, there's basically, if you're playing well, you should always score. But if they get the ball, there's a chance that they score, and it's super slow, and the enemy team's a lot better than you. And that's just the sad reality of this. Is the Aurochs are really good. Oh, you're fine. As long as they don't high roll, you're good.
Yeah, well,
that was a wild snipe. That was a wild snipe.
Yeah, no, I was well far away. I wanted to relax too. This sucks. So we're going to be doing a strat called Jasu training now. So really all we have to do in this first section, we don't want to do anything. We want to minimize the amount of like actual encounters between players simply because they take forever. Like waiting for a character to do something or like having to pass the ball, yada yada, just takes way more extra time and does pause the timer for you to actually make a selection. So the only thing that we need to do is give Titus one action, and as long as he does one action, he will level up. And once he levels up, he gets his signature move that you see in the beginning cutscene of the game, which is the spear shot, which basically guarantees that you'll be able to score a goal. But now, because some quirky random, what I tried to do there was make it so that Titus would get the ball, and then I could just kind of chill out with him in like a very specific section of the sphere pool or like the map essentially, and just like wait for the timer to run out. But now, because I was being tracked by the NPC opposing players, I passed the ball to Jasu, who just by I don't know by pure providence or like something else, his speed stat is slightly high enough that the goers can't catch him. So I'm literally just training all of them behind me to swim around the sphere pool and burn time until the next half when I want to score and try to minimize the amount of like damage that the goers can do to me. Because with the RNG, the goers can just decide to score on you. Like they are that much better. Their AI is pretty dumb, but whenever the game says score the ball, they will score the ball. I think within this specific match that we played, like the forced match that we're playing, the forced mini game here, our goalkeeper Keepa has like his RNG is like lessened. I think like he has a less like he sucks
horrible.
more. He
He's
sucks more than he
horrendous.
usually does.
Yeah,
which
like
is,
so basically the his block is 5, which is not good, but he never blocks 5. Like it's wild if that ever happens. He
it's
usually
almost
hits
I
a
think
3
it's
or 2.
I think it's impossible for him to block a 5. But you need at least a 3 is like maybe like there's a chance he can deflect it. A 2 is like a very good chance that it won't go in. I think that's the difference. I could be wrong.
This is the most important part right here.
Ooh.
Okay. They got the ball. It's not what I see. So right now it's basically I would think of it as a coin flip if the goers decide to just score on him.
Yeah.
All right. We want to see a dribble here. Okay, that's good. Very very good. You don't want to see this guy Grav pass because that means he's going to pass it to either one of his shooters, and those guys are ridiculously strong at shooting. Okay,
so he's shooting. So we have a very good chance here. The problem is that we just need that's a shit roll. Let's go, Jasu.
Perfect.
All right, that's good. That's good. And so what I like to do here is always switch formations. I don't know if it's just like because of how stuff happens, but Grav always seems to always run away if I switch formations, which I don't think I need to do, but at the end of the day, I do it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to like this little section of the sphere pool. I'm going to wait until around just like 2 minutes and 15 seconds-ish, depending on the formation that the goers have, to make an attempt to score with Titus. So what I'm really hoping is for a formation like this, where I can kind of skirt along the bottom of the map to go past Titus. The worst one is if they go into like a line formation. It's doable in that, but it's also just very annoying at the end of the day. So
this is basically the moment of truth right here.
Yeah.
At 2 minutes, that's gonna be the next formation.
And they we're good. They switch formations every 30 seconds. So at the 2 minute mark really is like the moment of truth is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
So
that's what we call it usually. All right, yeah, this looks
we're good.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah,
No,
as long as Bulgaria does not get on Jasu, this is basically solved.
Yeah.
The only problem here is gonna be Titus is really close to Grav, so
he's really close. You can shoot over Grav, but that's fine.
Well, yes, should be okay here.
Yeah.
It just depends on how it should be fine. It's gonna be really close.
Ooh, I think that's good.
It's scary.
It's really close. So I got the blitz off skip. Well, let's see. Did we score it? If we scored, I got it. It should be good. No, fuck you, game.
No, it's fine.
All right,
it's fine.
that's stupid. That's so stupid. All right.
It's okay. It's all right. You got the ball back. That's all that matters. See, the Blitzball's a movie. You know, like we.
It's
we'll
so
see.
weird. So
Gratefully, you got the ball the last one.
yeah. So what I was trying to do there was basically shoot the ball late enough that like it would go into the goal. Late enough that it would go into the goal, like as the fade out happens, so that we skip the blitz off like animation for after you score. What the fuck is this? Oh god, this is the absolute worst. This is literally the worst.
This is really bad.
This is really bad. I think this is what I want to do here.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh no, you're good. I think you're good here. As long as you pass it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be okay. As long as this ball gets to him, he's able to just shoot it. Perfect. Yeah, just shoot it. Move left. Shoot it. It should be okay.
Oh my god, dude. Why am I so dumb?
We're gonna pray for
bad roll. No, she missed it. Let's go! You suck, Rowdy. Oh god, dude. I made that way tighter than it needed to be.
Hey, you know, Blitzball. See, here's the thing. Blitzball does suck when you're going for PP attempts, but for the spectators, it's always fun to watch.
Oh, dude, it's so stupid. Like, oh my god, why, dude?
And you guys are probably wondering, is it really that important to get that?
Yes.
To win Blitzball? Yes, it is.
Yes,
because the item we just saw right there, we got a item called a strength sphere. Yep. That's a lot of strength. It's like 4 strength. It's ridiculous.
+4 is huge. It's honestly like insane how like important it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's
so
ridiculous.
So because we have the Thunderball with Waka. Oops, I damn it.
Did you haste Tyson?
No, I hasted him. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I thought I cheered. I was very like scared for a second.
You're good.
All right. So because Waka has the Thunderball, typically when he doesn't have it, he can't overkill the Sahagins, so it's kind of pointless to use him for damage because you want to overkill them for higher chances of or for getting more power spheres is the big thing. So this is kind of like our power sphere grind essentially, because we get 17 from these and every overkill is an extra. So
yeah, it's very important we get some crits here. And the game's not being very nice with crits now. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Because we were getting crits earlier.
The game is pointing at me and laughing.
Yeah, right now Foxy only really needs 1 power sphere. More would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Because with 1, you just can't sphere grid Waka, which doesn't matter here because you have the Thunderball anyways. 2. Oh, you got 1, nice. If you get 2, that means you're fine. And then if you get 4 more, then you're able to use potions on Riku's tutorial, which is a little bit faster. 420, by the way. Nice. Nice crits. Let's go. Okay, the game's being nice.
So that was 3.
Okay, so you're at 7. All right. So you need 1 more power sphere to just have like the max amount of power spheres. Or I could crit here.
Damn. I was gonna say watch me crit off the Voiver, dude.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
See, yeah. So this is Oren's basically only time he shines in combat is this section right here. Because he's pretty strong compared to us right now.
Yeah.
He's a lot of damage.
He hits pretty good. So what I'm hoping, with this Garuda, every attack you do, it has a chance to counterattack, which it hasn't counterattacked twice now, so we're pretty good. You need to do 5 Oren hits with a Titus hit. I'm hoping that Titus dies. But what I like to do is equip the Stunning Steel here, because that gives me an opportunity to... basically, I'm setting up for... What is this, like...
Your RNG is ridiculous right now.
yeah, this is some mad RNG, dude. Like, this is nuts.
But this Titus is not going to die, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine.
It doesn't, yeah. It's like he's just an extra turn, really. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, but just like... Yeah, you're 1 hit away from dying, from him killing, from this fight ending, so you're good.
Yeah.
And there we go. So Garuda has a lot of HP, and each time you attack him, it's a counterattack chance, and It's a really ridiculously slow animation if you guys saw. Yo,
Yeah.
Fireblade, let's go.
Fireblade, baby.
Literally useless, unfortunately. in the
Yeah.
speedrun.
God,
All
dude.
right. So
All
we're
right.
out of Blitzball, which is definitely something that we like. Every runner just feels so much relief of whenever
Yeah,
they do
like
this
this run can finish now. Like
run.
I don't have so the route does split there if you lose or win Blitzball. There is a way to recover not getting this strength sphere later in the game, but it adds at least a minute onto the run, and it's kind of, I don't say tedious, but it is very like specific what you need to do, and
Yeah, it's
remembering those.
very weird. It's very, very, very weird. You need to have notes on hand or recognize what you're supposed to do. It's like it's basically the opposite of what you would do normally
Yeah.
with the strength sphere. Uh, and it's not something that most runners would even know on hand immediately.
Yeah.
So it's something that
And
people
it,
just
it
don't even want to
confuses
learn.
me doing it, and I've had to do it before. Like just the amount of like time that you need to spend like understanding what you need to do is stupid. Like you need to yeah, it's just not worth it. If you're a new runner, do it. Like it's just do the run because you want to
Yeah.
understand the game, but there will be a point that like just reset if you don't get blitzball. So
Exactly.
this
Like
is the
Blitzball, like losing Blitzball is not the biggest problem. It's just like it sucks from people who run the game. It's like I don't want to do this.
yeah, like it's just not worth it.
All right, so that was our last chance for Extra's Power Sphere. So you're at 7. That means you could technically use the potions on the Raldo,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. You just can't grid walk if you do that, or you can grid, or you can just use ability spheres. It's up to you. The game gives you a lot of options with your spear accounts at this point for this route.
I'll be right back.
Because basically, essentially, you want to give Waka strength here, but if you don't have enough strength spheres, it's not the end of the world if you don't give it to him.
Yeah. It's really a lot of the times for me, it's like if I remember at the end of the day, not gonna. I like my brain is like go for it, but I can't get the.
Yeah, you're not even close.
You get Kilika, so it's whatever.
Yeah, so basically what Foxy's talking about is so a single bomb, if you use Kamari's Lancet on it, you get a move called Self-Destruct. And it's useful later on for a fight, a random encounter that gives us a lot of EXP. But since Foxy's kills are so bad in Kilika Woods, he can't go for that strat.
Yep. And
But
there
it
has
was
been a slight
really
update to that strat too. Crimson
Oh, yeah.
posted something like an alternative strat where you have to get Kamari's
Stone Breath.
twice. Yeah.
You use Stone Breath on like this other random encounter.
Oh, great. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
You
So,
lucked out.
so yeah, this is a really annoying section of the game. So we're at RNG, the start of RNG hell. So basically, there's like I said, there's gonna be a lot of times where we have a 1-8 chance of getting an ambush. But the also problem is that these enemies, these dogs, they basically have a 50-50 chance of going before Titus. And there's also an enemy called Dual Horn, which has a 50-50 chance of going before Titus. And they have a move that one-shots Titus.
Yep.
So we
And then
don't
even
want
worse is that the wolves have special AI, which has them like gives them a higher part. Like I think they have they have a higher priority to attack the lowest HP member of the party. And currently, right now, Titus is our lowest HP member of the party. So while we want Waka and Orin and Ko to like be our 3 because they're kind of the highest HP and we want them to build overdrive, Titus has a higher percentage chance if it's not an ambush to be attacked. So it kind of like, and he's the one that we kind of need the most because of Flea, right? So we want to make sure that he doesn't die, but also have to keep him at well enough health that there's the possibility that if some weirdness happens, because the wolves can also inflict the sleep status, it's just so bad.
Yeah, so basically the dogs have like a 10% chance to also sleep you. So they're gonna target Titus most of the time, and they have a chance of sleeping you. And if Titus is sleeping, he ain't fleeing. So it's
basically that. Yeah, so you just hope that your 75% escape chance for this is good, and I'm gonna have to heal Titus now. One thing that I've noticed with the HD versions of the game that I didn't notice with the PS2 version, that every time that Titus says like a quip before a battle starts, typically that should mean that he's going to go second. Or so like if the game stops, lets him say it, then he should be attacked.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's I don't know if I'm just being like uber superstitious or something, but it just seems that way. This actually has not been a very bad.
This is really good actually.
I haven't had a single ambush and like
some outspeeds, but you know it's not fun. But the problem is that's the start of it. We got more sections, guys. Like here we go.
Just the start of this, yeah. It's I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it's basically the calm for the storm, you know. The game makes you feel like you're okay. You're like, okay, this is fine. We're just cruising along and stuff. Alright, so get the next boss fight of the game. Chocobo Eater. One of the hardest boss fights in the entire run.
I can't haste Chocobo Eater.
Yeah, make sure I cannot do. Yeah, like Foxy's known for hasting Chocobo Eater on accident. It's really insane.
Oh, I did it. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. Oh, no.
I should actually that's good. I should let Waka get hit again.
Okay, nice.
I'm actually glad Waka got hit. Ooh, and I got Waka Titus Overdrive.
That's really good, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna need overdrives later on. Oh, that was a really good Chocobo Eater actually. Yeah. Memes aside, that was ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
Chocobo Eater can spend a lot of time just like doing stupid stuff the whole time, so that's really grateful that he's
targeting people, you're nexting, etc., etc. So.
Yep. Also, the save spheres, by the way, if you're wondering why he touches them all the time, is because it fully heals you. Very, very.
I'm on haste. Just need to.
I always tell myself that.
Because it's funny because you like there's these like kind of this mid battles where like Chocobo Eater or like something else where you like later in the game where you like use an ability and then you immediately have to like run away with Titus and then you're like you accidentally use the ability again and you're like shit. I hope I don't die here.
Uh-oh. And there's a lot of times in this game where you do that and your team's dead because. Spoiler alert, we're not gonna be farming. We're not gonna be grinding that many fights in this game. It's mainly just gonna be us going through as fast as possible because that's faster than sitting there fighting. The game wants you to fight stuff.
This game is like stupidly well optimized. It's kind of crazy like how well things line up at the end of the day for this game. It's
like a puzzle.
It literally seems a little too well. It's like if that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah, some fights are just oh my god.
I know. We were both thinking the same thing. I was like, holy shit. Like
that'd be the first time ever like recorded. That was I don't know if that's possible.
I was waiting with very bated breath. I was letting you talk and like sitting here with like wide eyes, like oh shit.
All right, so the next section. This is the big thing, guys. We're gonna see the biggest sequence break / skip in the entire run. This is the skip that was found this year by a runner named Terra. So we call it the Terra skip or the Mushroom Rock Road skip. Luckily for this category, cutscene remover, we don't have to do a previous skip called Classico. We just leave the other room.
Yeah.
And this is the start of when like encounters can get very scary. Like right now, I don't want to say this, but like you feel due for like an ambush.
I know. Shut up.
Ridiculously scary ambush coming.
Yeah, there's a very, very, very scary ambush here. So the one thing you have to do is because in the any percent route you have to walk into this not lane, but you have to walk into that screen to have this screen be the way it is. So we just, again, like I mentioned before, we mirrored any percent to make sure that it's kind of you remember, right? That's what you have to do. So we're going to be talking to this Crusader and like kind of letting him like inch forward ever so much. And this is where Turbo is amazing. I think messed it up. Let's go. All right, one encounter.
Really good. That was a really fast push. Like the problem with the skip is it's not that hard, but there's a very solid chance that you can soft block if you mess up your movements very slightly. So Foxy's gotta be really careful about any of these movements that happen here. But the first, so there's basically he's gonna go for a 2 push. If things don't go right, there could be a 3 push, but he just doesn't want to get left box or right box. If any of those happen, there's nowhere to get out. The game just has invisible walls, and then we just try a little inside.
Yep, and do it all over again.
Yeah. So thankfully for the PC version, where you have autosaves, on the console version, funny enough, you don't have autosaves. So if this happens on console, you're basically dead.
Yep.
And,
so, yeah.
and PS2. So PC version, luckily there's a backup. You just reload your save and do it again.
But does HD console not have autosaves?
It does not have autosave.
What? No.
Yeah, only the PC version has autosave.
No, I swore the HD console. Oh, thank God I don't run HD console, man.
Yeah,
that
it's
is nuts.
laggy too. So doing the skip on HD console is very scary. Okay. So, like I said, we want to get a 2 push.
2, 3, looking good.
Very
4,
good.
1 more. 5, I'll take it.
And he's out. Yep, he's out.
Let's go. Okay.
That's a very clean and textbook terror skip. The only problem now is he's gonna get out of the screen without dying.
Yeah.
That's all we care about now. So, like I said,
yeah.
we're extremely underleveled, and these guys are no jokes.
Yeah.
So Foxy's gonna make sure really just gonna be super careful he does not die to these.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be there's one scary encounter here. I'm just gonna say what it is because I don't want it to happen. There's gonna be 2 dual horns. So it's those guys with who basically with the dogs that can basically one shot you, and a Voivray, which
2
is
horns on their back.
Yeah, the 2 horns. So you want to see encounters like this because the only enemy that can outspeed you is that lizard in the middle. All right, he's one more encounter in this room potentially, and it's going to ambush.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay. Wow, dude, I have had Killick had those 2, but really that's super inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
This is pretty solid, yeah. Very, very good.
Awesome. Super happy about that, actually. And I've only recently been working on my Terra skip setup, so this is great at the end of the day. So Romain was talking about 2 push versus left box, right box. So the big thing about that section is that there's a lot of invisible walls there that are kind of intersecting with each other. And so you can get pushed into a right side box, which is, off the more to the right side, and the left box of how those interact with the geometry in the map, so that you are soft locked and you can't get out by talking to anybody. So that's the main thing. And then when we say 2 push versus 3 push, so I'm getting pushed by the Crusader multiple times, but it's one long continuous push is the main thing. So this is the enemy that we need, the Basilisk. So now Kamari has the Stone Breath ability, which is exactly what we need, and then we can just clear and coast from here on out.
Extremely important. I mean, you have that.
Yep, extremely important. And so the big thing with the entirety of this is that so I get my first push into past the first invisible wall, which gets me kind of into a setup where I can be pushed again past another set of walls. So it's two full. It's 1 push for the first, and then the second 2 push to get all the way through. You can get a 1 push, which is you get pushed once or in 1 attempt all the way through. It's very difficult to do, but if you mess up the second push, it's easily recoverable, but it loses about a minute at a time. So that's the real big difference. So that was actually pretty good. Jose too.
Yeah, that was amazing. Your encounters are really, really good right now. This is something we would want if you're playing this game. You get a Basilisk encounter, which is possible that it doesn't happen, and and you get no ambushes, and you get no outspeeds. Ridiculously good. Now this is Jose Temple. We got a lot of downtime here.
A lot of downtime.
Yeah, especially after all that.
Do you want to tell me about what's it called, Game On, or what's the charity that we're donating to?
Oh, Child's Play.
Child's Play. I hear Child's Play and I think Chucky.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was I actually don't know what it is, so I would love for you to serenade me while I'm doing this, and so I don't have to talk.
Yeah, it's a charity for children's hospitals that we're donating to. It's a really, it's a charity that Apache and I were talking about a lot when we were coming to this marathon, and really want to benefit children who want to, you know, play games and do stuff like that.
Thank you. I know nothing about a lot of charities, and I should donate more of my own money to them. So typically, I donate a lot to like marathons like this and stuff like that, just to support friends and stuff. But it's also good to know like what charities are out there because there are so many. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of charities are out there to, you know, benefit a lot of people in the world. It's beautiful.
beautiful indeed.
This is Josie Temple, by the way. A lot of
Is,
a lot of electricity. Just, you know, coming out of these little bowls.
would you say it's electric boogie woogie woogie?
Yeah. I mean, the music's making me, you know, kind of, you know, boogie a little bit here.
Yeah.
No, there's a section. There's a part of this one where we just start hating the song a lot. It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come with all. Tell you guys.
You'll know when we're there. We don't have to say anything, because we all love auto scrollers.
Yep. At least this game, it's like kind of late into the game, so you're able to chill out for a bit. Because like, there's a lot of sections in this game where it's like you're constantly playing back to back to back. If you're playing cutscene remover, if you're playing with the cutscenes, it's like you're able to just relax for like when you're playing the cutscenes. I like watching a movie that you've seen a million times, but like you know, you enjoy it still. Because the cutscenes in this game are great.
Oh, I forgot to ask, when you did your PS2 run, you said you took a shower.
My HD console run, yeah. When the moment you get so why I say that is because during the Titus unit kissing cutscene, it's like about 10.5 minutes of you can't skip anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna take a shower, and I took a shower, came back.
That's a long-standing meme in the Final Fantasy X community. A very I don't say old runner, but like an old runner, I guess. Karakarn VI used to run this PS2 a lot back in the day, back in the trio route. And there's a long-standing meme that he took a shower during that cutscene. So if you did it too, you've achieved greatness.
I have joined
Final Fantasy.
I have joined the elite club of people who are doing a Final Fantasy X run. It's great.
I don't think I could shower that fast. Like, it's just like I could clean myself that fast, but I like taking showers, so it just be like getting myself wet and then being done with it, I guess.
It's just something that like is a rite of passage. I'm just kidding.
I wish I'd done it.
But yeah, this I feel like most runners who run this game, especially for 80%, just like know like so many of the lines and like watched the same cutscenes over and over again. But it's like we enjoy, you know.
It's a great game. It's just like Shadow of the Colossus.
It's just you can't stay here for too long. You just can't grind that category for too long, or else you start kind of going insane.
Yeah, it's very soul sucking. Like, it feels great initially to like get a run done and do it, but at the end of the day, like, it really does drain you a lot. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot more than other games where you're much more either focused or doing a lot more in terms of inputs. But it's JRPGs in general, I would say, are a bit more of like an endurance race than necessarily like a
Yeah, it requires a different skill set, in my opinion, because it's like a lot of decision making and like.
What do we name it? Ixion?
I don't know. Did you think of something?
I did, and it's not funny.
Randy, that's a
I don't know.
Like
I almost went with Donnie, and then I was like, nah, Randy.
I like giving just like these Aeons just like human names. It's really funny. And name him Bob or something.
Bob, my boy Bob's coming out.
Okay, so right here, like two different cutscenes happen right now. Fox is gonna grab this chest because we're gonna need this money for a little shopping trip later on.
The most important weapon in the game.
Easily, by far, the most important weapon in the game. We'll see it later.
Yep.
But we're getting into one of the worst sections of the run, in my opinion. It's the Moonflow. It's a really long hallway, and most of the enemies can outspeed you. And it's generally just not a good time for most people who come here.
Waka doesn't have overdrive, does he?
I don't think so.
He doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's not like 100% necessary for this upcoming fight that Waka has overdrive. It's just very convenient if he
Yeah,
if he
it's just
does.
like it's like just in case, you know, it just gives you peace of mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Because this section, this next fight, so the weapon that Foxy has, the stunning steel that he bought, the reason we need this weapon is because it slows enemies if it hits them, but it's a 50-50 if it will slow his boss or not. So
Slow
every single
touch.
time, yeah, it's slow touch, yeah. Every time Foxy's gonna attack this boss, ideally you want it on the first attempt. Second attempt's okay too, but you definitely don't want to go more
There's
than that.
the ambush.
Yeah,
Good
that's
miss.
I mean, you know,
Good
you're kind
hit.
of you were due for one a little bit.
Yeah, I was due.
Oh, perfect. That was a really good.
Oh no, that's really bad.
Why'd I
That's
say
really
that?
bad
Why'd
now.
I say that?
That was really good. Now it's really bad.
Okay, Titus, please. Okay. Okay, Titus will probably die here. Okay,
Yeah.
that wasn't the worst. It's
Yeah, it was
one of those really bad ambushes, but it's like you had so many good encounters already.
That's like yeah, I'll take that.
That's the Final Fantasy X special. It's like
It's like yeah,
Titus
here's your
got Titus got 10%. You know,
Out of my way. I'll be right back.
that's
Oh,
the best.
and
That's the best encounter to get here.
yeah, we want Ochus. Doing a lot of Ochus.
There's also a new route change as well, getting these level 1 key spheres. We used to grab this magic defense sphere at the end of this room.
Oh god.
Oh man, okay. Now the game's starting to feel a little mean.
Yeah, now the game's like, oh, you didn't get ambushes before.
Yeah,
Suck
this
it.
is why I say I hate the section, because this room
I'll be right back.
is never kind to any runner from what I've noticed. It's always just a compilation of just like what you don't want in one area. Alright, so yeah, next let's Ochus, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of
Ochus, yeah, they're really
impressed
good.
with the amount of Ochus that I'm getting. So one thing that you can't see me doing, but I can at least explain, is
I won't go so easy on you
I need
next
to
time.
heal. Is I'm using the D-pad for movement in these very long sections because it's ever so slightly faster to use the D-pad. Just a single directional input for the D-pad for some of these. So like these really long hallways, like I gain like maybe a few seconds here and there at the end of these. So one last encounter. Actually, that was
Oh wow,
two,
that was
like,
pretty good. That's
two
three
ambushes.
Ochus.
Yeah, like that's like at least 4 Ochus overall.
Yeah,
Wow,
that
that's
was
kind of impressive.
ridiculously good. Yeah, that's hype.
It's very impressive.
Yeah,
So,
Ocho's really slow, so we're able to just outspeed immediately. There's no funny business here.
yeah,
All right, so this is the boss fight that we honestly this boss fight we have to prep a lot for, because it's important that we hit certain damage values, and we need to make sure that like what's it called? We hit the slow as well. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be so bad if we had the old EXP, but since we don't have it, we have to just do what we have here. So Foxy did grab Waka, very important. It helps out a little bit here. Thunderball plus Waka attacks with a crit could be very helpful.
yeah. It'll make it go way faster. And I just have this inkling that I'm not going to get a slow proc. And so the main piece about the extractor fight is once it rises, you need to do 500 damage for it to go back down, so it doesn't use its depth charge attack on you. So having Waka with extra attack and this stuff is kind of just pretty important. So if Titus gets hits twice in a row now, I need to heal him. So 228.
That's a lot of damage for Waka to do on just because he has Thunderball, which
Yep.
basically makes it so he does about 1.5 more damage than usual. Let's see, and you did not get
proc.
it.
No proc.
That's how the game works sometimes.
No proc.
Oh, no proc. Yep. Let's see. This should work. Each one's basically a coin flip. So if Fox doesn't get it, it's like, well,
Yeah, here we
roll
go.
tails 3 times in a row.
Okay, got it. All right, so
now make sure he's Waka for sure.
Ace Waka. That way, get more damage attempts.
Yep.
Go.
We're gonna do a lot of cheers here because cheering gives it, like I said earlier, gives one strength. Super useful. Gives you a little bit of damage. And since you're so fast and the extractor is so slow here, you're able to get so many cheers off. In general, look at that 333. Before we were doing 28, it's an extra 100 damage. An extractor has about I think 3,000
4,000?
4,000, something like that. It's a lot of HP. But since you're hasted and you're attacking really fast in rapid succession with both of them, you should be like
I'll kill it before it gets another turn. Is the best way to say it.
Exactly, yeah. And then he also has Waka's Overdrive as well, just to guarantee it.
I'm gonna cheer 4 times and then switch over to the Brotherhood and just kind of swing away.
Yeah, Brotherhood gives about plus 5%, if I remember correctly. Damage. Alright, now this Overdrive should kill.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because third turn slow.
Yeah. Is that 3? I thought it was 4, but.
Oh yeah, it's really slow.
Hey, good
Nice,
overkill.
really good.
Let's go.
It's a lot of damage. Very, very good. Alright. So, very, that fight there's a lot of time variances would happen in that fight. Luckily he had Waka's Overdrive. Some people don't have Waka's Overdrive during that section, and it can be a little dicey. But, very good to have that. And then we're slowly approaching the absolute worst area in the game. That people just know for sure is the worst area in the game if you played it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So
since he's like you're exactly one off, so he has to use the ability spheres here. It's a little slower, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like marginally slower.
Yeah. Because this enemy does drop power spheres, and they're technically not guaranteed. But it's like it's just a little slower because we have to watch this. We have to watch Riku talk about, stuff like that, just like items and stuff. Also, Riku is one of the goats of this whole entire run. We're gonna be using her extensively for so many different strats.
Yeah.
All right, and this is a very important grid as well incoming.
Thank you.
Because this grid is like, that's one too far. Yeah. This grid is we're basically kind of buffing Titus for and giving him HP for this next section because he's gonna need the speed and the heals and the health here because this next section is very, very mean.
Yep. So if Titus doesn't have this extra health, essentially, it's pretty dicey in terms of like. You being attacked, and what I should have done, which would have been smart, would have been for me to buy some extra grenades, because I'm pretty low on speeds, honestly.
You can also you might as well just buy some grenades in what's it called Thunder Plane Shop. Might as well.
Yeah.
Just it's so when it comes to the count here, if your count's low, there's a lot of backups in this section. You can just kill a lot
especially
of...
for speed spheres. Power spheres are a little bit more dicey, and you can get them later in the run, but really the speed spheres are the main ones that typically you're going to be... If you're going to be low, speed spheres are typically what you're, kind of...
Yeah, because you need a lot of speed spheres. We need 16 extras before the end of the run, 18 total that are given. So when it comes to this, like, you have options here. You can either go for a... Distill, which is very good, but here since his speeds count so low, he would need 5 distills. That's a lot of distills.
Yeah.
That means he needs to hit 5 enemies with Riku and kill them. So, Foxy's gonna opt to just take some eyeballs out because those guys give a lot of speed spheres.
Take some liberties with it.
Yep.
So yeah, Guadasalam is really just kind of pretty straightforward. You don't got to do a lot. It's just kind of running through the section. There's a lot of cutscenes here in the full 90% run, so it's a good.
It's extremely long.
Yeah, it's just kind of a huge time waste. But it is good for taking breaks and whatnot. But at the end of the day, here we can just kind of move through it. It's only like a few minutes, which isn't too bad. So
Yeah.
we are forced to talk to Waka and over on to Lulu. Excuse me, Yuna, not Lulu. I don't want to say Lulu.
So if you guys are ever curious why, like, if there's ever a reason why the cutscene's playing, like, there's a reason. Like,
Yep.
it's not because, like, you know, it was an overthought or like an oversight or something like that. There's genuinely just like some cutscenes that need to play a little bit, or else it's just not gonna.
Yep.
The game will not like cooperate.
Yep.
And
So
yeah, the section's already done, by the way.
Yep, and we're out of here, which is nice. And now we're on to the spooky part. The biggest thing to say here, though, is that in the full 80% run, there is a skip that is done so that you don't have to go through a lot of these dialogue options. But because we have the cutscene remover, it's just faster to not do them, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So yeah.
Exactly. So the reason why this section is the scariest part of the game, you are extremely weak. There's enemies here that can wipe your whole party with one hit.
Of course.
There's thunderbolts that hit you as well.
I knew that thunderbolt was coming. I knew it was coming. I tried to prep for it, and then I just didn't.
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere. You know, I feel like every runner still gets hit by it, even if you think it's coming and you're like you know it's coming, it still comes for you. So yeah, there's enemies. If you get ambushed, there's a very high chance you just die. Like the game doesn't feel nice. Is that middle dragon thing right there in the middle?
Oh yeah, it does like 1,000 damage per hit. It one shots the entire party.
It can one shot the entire party. Yeah, it's up to the game if you are getting this section. So I've had so many runs just. I mean, every runner has had so many runs where you just die here, and you're like, well, I couldn't do anything.
Well, that was shit. More or less.
This game, because this run used to have sentry, so you wouldn't even care about this section. You're like, okay, I'm just walking through. But since we don't have sentry on Ornn anymore because of the new skip, we just gotta pray. And there we go.
This is not a terrible ambush, depending on targeting, but
okay,
we're
that's
already
not
bad. Looking good. It's already bad.
Okay. Okay, we need to not hit Titus. Please hit
Ornn. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay.
Beautiful.
That worked out when it kind of shouldn't.
Yeah. So if Titus died there, by the way, he was dead, and that would have been a load.
Yeah.
100%. Because Ornn's not the fastest member, and these guys are very strong.
I think that's
I'll be right back.
one of my first preempts.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten. I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten like very many preempts.
Yeah, your encounters have been pretty damn good this whole run, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you've had a bad moonflow, but it's like you're not gonna get a good section of everything. The thing about this category is just like a lot of you're not gonna get the best RNG all the time.
Exactly. Could have had a worse moonflow. Let's just say it that way.
Yep. So Foxy's here. He's gonna buy like a lot of grenades here in Phoenix Downs because they're really important items. Phoenix Downs we're gonna need later, and grenades are very useful because we need to essentially use them for Riku's damage on a boss soon, and killing just some people here in Thunder Plains.
We equip the yellow shield, which essentially shields us from now any ambushes. So Titus can no longer, he has lightning proof. He can no longer take damage from lightning based attacks, which basically sets us up perfectly for the end of the run.
This is the exact counter that Foxy wanted here.
Would have preferred for it to be a preemptive because then I could do everything that I want to do, but not a big deal. All right.
Yep. So if you're wondering why Riku died there, because we wanted her to die.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
And we got 4 extra speed spheres. It's really good. That means that Foxy needs 4 more speed spheres to beat the game.
I got 2 speed spheres.
The counts. Oh, yeah, 2 speed spheres. Okay, now you're at 10 then. So you need 6 more speed spheres to beat the game. Either distills or kill more of these guys. It's up to you. It's just like a lot of options here. Like I said, there's faster options, there's safer options here. In this game, it's weird. Like the count for these spheres is so precise. Like if you're off by 1, like I've seen so many runners just be off by 1, get to the end of the game,
and run's dead.
It's over. You can't do anything. Like the run's just dead. That's how important these stats you get are.
Actually, I think I might try the new Gray Fox strat for this. That would save me 1 speed sphere.
Really? What was it? Oh, is it the Kamari one?
Yeah. I'm just gonna flee here.
Right.
Because I didn't get a preemptive. I would
Yeah.
like to steal a lunar. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Kamari one. I would like to steal a lunar curtain.
Yeah, we want a light curtain here because it's really
Light curtain, yep.
it just basically guarantees that Titus doesn't die in a certain fight later on, and if he dies,
Yep.
it's really bad. Like actually,
Yep.
And we want to do a super safe strat on this fight as well, where we just basically guarantee that no one really gets destroyed, and Titus doesn't get one shot. There's like no chance for it to happen. Let's see here. This is the last one. It looks like no lunar curtains. Not light curtains today.
I think I'm gonna grind out an encounter real fast, just to see.
Yeah, well, might as well. Just like
Yeah.
We
got time.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, there we go. Oh, what? And a preempt. Oh,
preemptive.
let's go. All right, things worked out. I like this.
I like the ballsiness.
Yeah. Okay, so 5.
Nice.
Kind of sucks we have to wait so long, but
no, it's
right.
it's very safe. Very good. You get all this stuff, and you get speed spheres as well.
All right, so I got 3 speed spheres there. Let's go.
Okay. 13 out of 16. Nice. It's funny though
party
because
members, so Riku already has her overdrive.
That's really good too. We need Riku's overdrive for this next boss fight as well. You guys are gonna see
overdrive.
how strong Riku is. She is probably the most important member of the run, in my opinion, for like 70% of the run. It's ridiculous what she can do.
Yeah, it's weird how important she is really at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up some extra gil so we can buy the most important weapon in the run here in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is like roughly like a little bit under the halfway point of the run, and this is where we start getting our extremely important tools and stuff. Oh no.
Ooh. Okay, we're good.
Right, nice. We're out. So yeah, that becomes petrified because it feels like it, and it obviously attacked the person that it wasn't supposed to. Oh yeah, so this part of the game is very important too. The reason why he has Riku in the party is because we want 2 steals on certain enemies. We want a blue element steal and a chimera steal, and we haven't seen any of them yet. Okay, we've seen one.
Hit Riku, and I don't get the chance to steal. And I hit Riku, so I can't do anything.
Yep, this is just basically like the part of the game is you can't really track anything, so you're basically just at the game's mercy, and you're just praying that the game is playing nice.
Yep.
You could technically not steal anything here, and the only problem is the next fight would be a 50% chance of working.
Yep.
All right, let's see what we get here.
Arctic win, perfect. Okay, so I've got 3 out of 4, which is pretty good. So we need the Chimera that gives us the Arctic win. We basically need 1 throwable of each element, because the next boss, Spheromorph, don't hit her again. You're wasting my time with you talking. All right.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
And we're good.
Yeah. So so basically he needs every single element here for this next boss fight, just to guarantee that it works.
Yep. And we do. We have that, so we're good to go. So I switched out Riku there because Riku is faster than Titus, so I just want to make sure that I'm not like wasting a turn every single time that I need to just flee from an encounter now. And he has more HP, so I don't have to worry about like him dying constantly like Riku does. Riku gets one shot by not almost everything, but if she gets hit once and then hit again, she's basically dead. And then her stand-up animation to defend, to wait to get to Titus, is obviously a long time at that point. So just kind of mitigating the slowness of having to wade through everything. So yeah, and plus I need Kamari in the party for the Spheromorph fight.
Yep. And one good thing about this section that we didn't touch upon is that you cannot get ambushed in this section or preemptive, which is really very good actually, because
it's super weird, but also very good.
Yeah, it's great because we don't have to worry about stupid. This is basically the last part. This is the last part of the run where you actually care about encounters, because we're about to get the most important weapon in the entire game coming up.
Yep.
Well, holiday prices on all.
So I'm going to immediately exit out. So too expensive. So I don't have to sell as much stuff. So I sell the Sonic Steel and I sell the Buckler as well as the Hunter Spear. Buy the Sonic Steel, equip it. Buy a Shimmering Blade and equip it. And then we're good to go. And then we throw in Yuna here. And we're good.
Yeah, so the Sonic Steel, what it does is it basically gives us a thing called first strike. All that means is that Titus will always go first, even if he gets ambushed. It's very important. It'll help. We're gonna abuse that a lot to give him the first turn, because basically you can swap in party members and then they'll have first strike. Essentially, it's very 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 important. And the reason why he has these party members is because we need EXP on Yuna, Kimari. It's just really important that all these party members have.
Pay attention to this element. Fire, blizzard, fucking hell.
All right, so we have Blizzard. We gotta use I mean, my bad. We gotta use Arctic Wind. So he's gonna mix HE Sphere and Arctic Wind,
which is the slowest.
It is the slowest one, but it has a coolest sound effect. That's all that matters. It's very slow though. You guys can clearly see. But like you guys see how much damage Riku's doing. We were doing like about 400 damage per hit, but now we're doing like just average 1350 straight up, and that's the whole entire fight.
Crazy, huh?
And yeah, and very important that everyone gets his experience, because as long as a party member takes an action, they get experience, and everyone here needs experience for the upcoming parts of the game. This is basically the part where the fights are gonna get like they're actual fights.
Yeah, and they are scripted to a very high degree, so you cannot deviate from these. All right, so we don't need to grid. Kimari, oops, where did it go?
You went so far, it's so funny.
There we go. I went into Waka's grid, that's what it was.
Yeah, Patchy is a self-proclaimed best blitzball player. Oh, you got Speed Sphere, Oh, never mind, you're doing the new one, right?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot, yeah. So we're gonna see a new strat by our boy Gray Fox. You don't need the powers, the health either, right?
You do. You get it later.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Items manual down.
So this would be a pretty crazy strat. I've never witnessed it, but Gray Fox is the Grand Wizard, as we have to call him here. So he's got a lot of the sauce here.
All right, so now I need 2 extra speeds.
Okay. So you need 3 distills. You're fine.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, very, very easy. So what Foxy just did there is he basically made it so Riku's weapon, her claw, if she attacks something, she'll force the enemy to drop speed spheres, and it's very important later on for it just helps us get our stuff really easily. But yeah, this next boss fight is extremely scripted. Like if you deviate a little bit, you're not gonna have a good time, because this boss is a thing called Mana Beam, and that will one-shot your whole entire party.
Okay, so Yuna Mega Phoenix is here. Oops, I said Yuna, so I switched to Yuna. All right.
And unfortunately for all the Riku fans, she's gonna take a lot of punishment in this whole entire run. And
yeah, she's gonna be smacked around. We do we are not kind to Riku right now.
Yeah, it's very sad, but she's just that she can take it. She's experienced a lot here in this run, and over the course of many runs, we've just seen Riku use a lot. Oh no! How dare you?
How dare I?
And how dare you kill Kimari as well? No, he didn't deserve that.
Too bad. Sorry, buddy. I don't care.
So we're basically going to revive Riku. We're basically giving Riku overdrive again, so she can use a very broken move. But we need to also do damage straight up, because this enemy, this boss called Crawler, has a lot of HP. Alright, so you guys use Mega Phoenix. And then the last person who needs EXP is Titus, so he's going to swap in Titus here. Equip Brotherhood, very important. We have that weapon for the next boss fight.
Lightning Marble and a level 2 Q Sphere, and we're good.
Yep, and just like this, you guys see Riku be busted part 2. Very, very clean boss fight. It can be a little scary though. If you Phoenix down something wrong, if you pick the actual crawler instead of the negator, you know, it feels awful.
Here's a ton of menuing.
Yeah, it's a gigantic spear grid. So basically,
It's
this
so
whole
much
run,
fun to do this grid, honestly.
it is, yeah. I
It's
love
so
it.
rewarding just to sit here and be like, oh yeah, let me grid all this shit right now.
Yeah. So the reason why this grid is super important is because this whole run, if you haven't noticed, we haven't given anyone that much. We probably leave like one or two like things here and there, but here we're gonna pump Titus up with a lot of power.
Like we are, if somebody's got roid rage, it's him.
Yeah, we basically need him to be
wow.
very strong. Yeah, we really need him to be like our mid game carry here for our damage because if you notice, our damage has been very, very bad. We just have Riku doing stuff, and yeah, it's very important that we give him a lot of strength and speed because this next boss fight is no joke. We need a lot of damage. All right, so we have some new hot strats here. Okay.
We deviate.
I like this.
So I need one less speed throughout the entire run, and I'm good.
Okay, nice. All right, so Titus super buffed right now, and he needs Titus to have Brotherhood, which he did in the last fight. Because if you don't have Brotherhood for this next boss fight, Titus will be too fast. Yes, you can be too fast.
Essentially how the fight reads your stats is like you based off of what your turn order is, they give they give Seymour and his guardians one behind that, I think, if that's correct. So essentially,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So,
it's like,
yes,
but by you being fast, they're faster. But you being slower, they're slower.
Yeah, so we give ourselves a lot more leeway, essentially, by giving him Brotherhood, which also makes the fight go faster.
Yeah, this is also a very scary boss fight.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in this boss fight is super tight. Like, all the actions that FoxyJira is about to do has to be done in this specific order, and these exact actions. So in the haste first, switch weapon with it's the weakest action in the game, so it's the least impact on your ATB. I guess it's called not ATB, but like your turn order. Now he's gonna talk.
Yep.
Because basically what talking does, it gives Titus some strength, which we're gonna need. Alright.
And so we need a Blizzara because later in the fight,
yeah. So yeah, later on in the fight, he's gonna give basically Seymour's attacks are on a cycle. It's like Blizzara, Thundara, and then I forgot what's after that. But
yeah,
basically, since
we only see those two.
But basically, since Titus has yellow shield, he can't get damaged by lightning anymore. So thunder anymore. So he just tanks it, and we have Riku take another death, unfortunately. All right. So we want some silence grenades. That's good.
Weapon. We switch to Waka, who also switches his weapon. And then somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, we kind of want Mario die here.
Perfect. We switch in for our boy Chadley. Switch in for Riku, and Riku will also steal. So our hope here. Fuck.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Got memed.
He also is still in this boss fight now as well. Unless you're looking for another cheeky steal. Let's see it.
Let's go.
Oh, the cheeky steal. Let us see it.
We love to see it.
So we got 6 silence grenades. That's very, very good here. We're gonna distill Seymour here with Riku. We're gonna attack him with Riku. Gives us 2 extra speed spheres here. Switch to Sonic Steel again. And unfortunately, to all the Riku fans, she's gonna need another.
She's once again nuked.
Yeah, Multi Thundara, it hits 2 people exactly since there's only 2 people available.
Yep. And so the scary thing about that fight in general is that, the scariest part is that Riku won't get her overdrive And we're gonna obviously do the right thing here and name.
Beyonce. Nice. All right, so we got another sphere grid coming. This is also very kind of important sphere grid. We're gonna give Titus a little more HP, more strength, and then finally some speed because there's another boss fight coming up that's very scary.
Now I don't need to equip anything, but I do need to change my formation. We're good. Okay.
All right. And then we got the only cloister that has a different song right here.
Yep. Because of the cutscene remover. So one thing that you may have noticed is that in some of the fights, there have like the music's been wrong. Like the Obliterator fight had no music. The Extractor also had the wrong music. So like because of we're skipping cutscenes, the music doesn't get to load properly. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. But either way, this trial is pretty simple at the end of the day. It's just minimizing the amount of times that you have to run downstairs to do it. I'd say pretty simple to do, but the biggest thing is at the end of the cloister trials is there's a button or like a glyph that resets the pedestal. So you have to just be very careful that you don't run over that, or else you have to go and redo the entire thing again, which is very bad to say the least.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of runners are scarred by that because I've been warned about it, and I've always like super duper careful. You don't want to ever redo a whole entire room. That's just not it.
Because that's just at this point that's a reset. So
yeah, it's like, oh, I lost a minute. I lost a few minutes actually because this part is very long.
Yep. Here we go.
Getting the destruction sphere in this part is very tedious as well.
Yes, it is the most tedious one by far, I think.
I mean, Loki the most tedious one is just doing Bevel trials anyways in general, but you know.
Yeah. But we have to do that, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so he's gonna put it back in here, and we're gonna try. So Foxy is gonna be going to his next section, and his goal is these Guados are gonna chase him, and he needs to have if his movement's really really good, he's able to barely make it out without getting an encounter. And if you get an encounter, there's a small chance that your game just crashes because of CSR. It's really weird. So we're praying here, Foxy, no pressure. I'm actually. I'm very bad at this section.
Really,
I am horrible.
It's funny because like with this game, you kind of really don't have to look at Titus to know where you're going. You just got to look at the mini map, and that's kind of a good clue in of where you need to go. But it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's very helpful for this section especially.
This is not good. I think that Guado's going to catch me.
Nah, you're good. He's off the screen. That was good movement.
Well, it's so close. I hate that.
I know it seems like it's close, but it's not. It's like it's funny. But yeah, complete movement by Foxy. That section's not easy if you're doing it.
If you're not used, especially if you're not used to the movement. And here we go, ambushed. Do I care?
We don't care.
I don't care anymore. It's amazing.
There's only really one encounter we care about getting ambushes on anymore. It's coming up in about 15 minutes. 20 minutes. Alright, so this is the one boss fight in the whole run.
Oh god, I was like, what encounter? And then I remembered it. I was like, shit, you're right. No, please.
So this boss fight, this is the only boss fight that where it's scripted, but also kind of not. You kind of have to just react.
Yeah, you really do react to what's happening. It's kind of crazy, honestly.
Yeah, but Fox is gonna be doing a really really safe strat for this section.
Fuck that crit. Fuck that crit, dude.
Yeah. So he's using a light curtain bit. That basically it makes it so Titus cannot get one shot by this Wendigo.
But he can get killed by the
get
Guado.
wombo comboed. He
can get wombo comboed by the Guado.
Yeah, but luckily since Fox is gonna do a really very smart strat, he's gonna go in, swap in Orn. Oh, he's gonna steal first. Then
I'm gonna steal first, see what happens. And so now we're clear to just start smacking.
Yeah. So the reason why he stole from that is because So the reason why is because if you don't do that steal, then the Guado will use an auto potion. Wow.
Get dick.
This
I
is
don't care about Riku. Wow, what a taste.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That was
Holy
such a good
wow.
fight,
Oh
guys.
my god,
That's
dude.
probably,
Holy
is it the
shit.
best fight you've ever had of that?
Probably, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
In my tracked run, I get 2 crits. So
Oh wow. Yeah,
that's
I was saying you can do the super safe strat where you use Ornn so you don't have to worry about crits. Then you're like,
yeah.
hear me out, 2 crits.
Hear me out.
like
Just hear me out. Just crit twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do there is Auron has an ability called Power Break, and so on top of the light curtain, you can Power Break Wendigo, so that basically it's almost impossible for you to die unless you like for some reason don't heal at all with Titus, or don't heal at all, which you really should. Anytime he gets hit, heal to full. But yeah. Oh, this is the best part of the game. Lulu's never learned Thundara from the Sphere Grid.
Yeah, but they just give you free Thundara, you know.
Yeah.
Because if they felt bad.
But she doesn't learn the move. Is it like some sort of like Super Saiyan or like overdrive of like I could use? I'm so scared that we're gonna die. I'm gonna use Thundara.
It's canon.
It's canon, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the game just expects that you're gonna get Thundara with Lulu, and Lulu literally. We use her Sphere Grid, but it's not for her. It's for later in the game.
Yeah, basically everyone's like a stepping stone for the true carry of the game later on, which is.
Oh, I didn't see where Titus was in my screen because I was looking dead center, and I was like, "Where's he at? Did the game deloaded? Is my game gonna crash?" I was like panicked for a second there.
Yeah, so since Foxy got 6 grenades, he technically doesn't need any more steals here. If you had only 3 grenades, you would have to steal in the section, but it's up to. There's a lot of options here. You could either go for a faster strat where you don't do more steals. You can go for steals, so you have silence grenades for later on. It's really just so many different things you can do in this run, depending on how comfortable you are. And mainly this part is just going to be a lot of just fleeing because these encounters are, for the most part, just only worth it if you want to get an extra steal here and there.
I typically go for the steals, but you can do it without it. And it also because the enemies here have vary on what you can steal from them. It's kind of cool, I guess, what you can do at the end of the day to change your route. It kind of does make reading the guide a little bit more tough because there are options that you aren't aware of what's faster and what isn't.
Yeah,
but
yeah, just from like playing the game a lot more and like noticing what the higher level runners are doing. Like like you're not stealing here and wonder why.
Yeah, the game knowledge. There is a lot of game knowledge here that kind of doesn't show well simply because it's just like, oh, I'm just doing it right. Like there's no like I'm not deviating to go for something or something like that. If we did get Blitz loss in home, once we actually get in, we would be deviating to go grab a friend sphere, which allows any character to teleport to a previously to where another character is on the sphere grid, which would allow us to like get an extra strength that we normally wouldn't have. But at the end, because we won Blitz, it doesn't matter. But we will be using those later in the game. Friend spheres are like kind of basically what carry the run, essentially, and more of them are better. Is simple.
It's sick to see how it works. It's like a lot of thought was put into like the sphere grid like routes. It's really cool to see. Like once if you've never seen it before and you experience it, it's really sick.
I think it's hard to explain, kind of, just because the sphere grid itself looks so simple, but what we're doing is incredibly complex with a lot of calculations going on and like damage. Like essentially, it's all damage calced out, and it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to see. That's why I love it in this game. It's like it's just such a precise run that just like has a lot of really cool thoughts into it. So this is gonna be the funniest part of the run here.
I love this part of the run so much.
Yeah, I will never get tired of this, honestly. So he's going to use this overdrive called Shooting Star. What does Shooting Star do?
He fucking Orange just a home run bats him, dude. It's the best.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
it. Oh.
I love it. It's because it's so big, you know.
Yeah, and it's attached to the ground. It's like it's supposed to be like a like like a weed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and grid here.
Yeah, this is actually the most important grid in the entire game, by the way. If you don't do that one small, little, really tiny grid, then your run's dead. It's really funny. That was also a really cool skip, by the way, that I just forgot to explain.
Yeah.
Sandragora skip. It's really cool. It skips you from dealing with
having to fight that Sandragora. That's a forced fight that you have to do. But at the end of the day, you can just have Riku push you through, and because you're not the one moving, then it doesn't count. It doesn't count it towards like your I don't say like your contact, or what's the word, like I don't know, your hitbox.
Your what's it called? I guess you're like your hitbox. I guess because you're not touching the Sandragora, which just makes it so you're not gonna get the encounter. These bombs. Yeah, we're gonna just do a lot.
Don't hit Lulu, please. Okay, we're good.
Nice, that's good. So we want Lulu to get EXP here, because later on we could...
Oh my god, why did I just do that? I'm sorry. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just only like 2 extra or whatever. So this is also the scariest, but probably one of the scarier parts of the game now that we don't have initiative.
This part's terrifying.
Yeah, so Lulu has 37 skill levels, so we're good.
Perfect,
yeah.
So these extra fights, he does not want to get an ambush here.
Yeah, if I get ambushed, it's basically a death. Is the best way to say it.
You can get away with it not being a death, but
it's
very it's sketchy.
It's very sketchy.
So we're gonna use Lancet and Stonebreath, I would say Kamari, these dual horns.
Yeah.
But so the reason why you don't want an ambush, although you do go first, Kamari needs 2 turns. 1 turn to Lancet and the second turn to use Stone Breath. So if you get an ambush, you only get 1 turn, and you don't want them to have turns because they are very, very strong. These guys are no joke. And here we go.
This is much scarier. No ambush. Let's go.
Nice. Right. Yeah, this is the scariest encounter. Later game, I would say.
Yeah.
From here on, it's basically just smooth sailing. Like you don't really worry much about your encounters. Because we have Fleet and First Strike, and there we go. That is gonna be it. Stone Breath. That's home.
That's home. That's home. That's huge. That's so big.
Yeah, you don't like seeing. You don't
so
like
much time save.
Like
I'm annoying, huh?
I always hear an annoying taunt. That's what I always hear.
An annoying taunt. Yeah, I'm annoying, huh? Since I've been playing this game back. I think I started playing it around like 2005-ish. Because I was very young when this game released. I'm annoying, huh? Is what I've always heard, and so
that's great.
I'm annoying, huh? Yes, you are. You are annoying. Stop. Shut up.
He's like taunting us, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So the next boss fight is we need a really specific formation. We're gonna need basically the 2 Steel and Use members on the team, and Titus, because Titus is gonna be our carry, but we also need people to support Titus. It's really, really, really important because this boss fight is like, if you mess up one thing on this boss fight, this is the boss fight where it's like super.
Basically, everything from here on out is you have to follow. It's simple. It's very simple, but you just have to follow the script. It's ridiculous. Like it's like so many times I've seen people like, can I save this? And the answer 90% of the time is no. No.
Yeah. It's
all right. I'm gonna save here. Just do a little safety save from this. The last time I saved here was a marathon.
Yeah. This is really important because this next boss fight's an autosave boss. So if you do happen to have like bad stats or stuff like that, then
or if you die in one of the guard fights, you can't.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Because it saves before the boss, which is hilarious. But it doesn't save when you. I don't know. I gotta focus here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So this boss fight is really, really, very important that you do in this correct order. So he's in cheer here. Riku gets a turn, so he's going to use a really important overdrive called Miracle Drink. Yeah, that's what it's called. And basically, it makes it so all of his attacks are going to be crits, and we need these crits to kill this boss. That's perfect. We want.
Let's go.
Very good. We're gonna go for a steal. We want a double steal here. It's 1 gem. It's fine. And it's really important that he does not attack 3 times in a row, because if you attack 3 times in a row, the boss will use a move called Stone Gaze, and it will has a chance of just killing.
Let's go,
dude. Yes. Yeah, it has a chance of just like killing Titus, and then one more attack for this fight will end the fight. So, this is literally the ideal boss fight. You want
Riku
that
was
to die,
perfect.
She overdrive.
That was insane. Yeah.
You want Kimari to get 2 steals. You want this is amazing. So,
he's like,
yeah, right.
I am swinging so fucking hard right now.
Yeah.
That's language.
Yeah.
So
here's the Mega Potion here, and then he's gonna switch his party member to Lulu, or whatever, doesn't matter. Because he needs Kimari out of the party essentially. He needs Kimari to come in for this, and now he's gonna use a thing called the Distills here, so he's gonna get Distill here. And he needs one more
Riku's weapon has Distill speed on it. So every attack that she does causes them to drop speed spheres instead of whatever item they would drop. And all of these guards are forced drops are forced to drop ability spheres. So, oh yeah, you can switch for Kimari. Okay, my brain broke for a second there.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where I'm going to use the silence grenades that we picked up earlier from Anima to both. Oh, can Kimari? Kimari has an extra.
Speed,
he has plus one agility.
That's really funny, actually.
Huh? That's
yeah,
so
but it's weird
weird.
because you kind of want Riku in the party for this next section, anyways. So
yeah, so that's okay.
That's fine. That's cool though. I did not even know that.
I know. When I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, I've never seen it before. Like what?
Yeah, I was like, "I'm sorry."
All
right, so now
we're out.
And we're good. So the scariest ones are the red monks, because they do an AoE attack that does like 500 damage.
It's a lot of damage, and they're not kind to your party members.
Yeah, so they would one-shot basically everybody besides, there's no way we live. Essentially, is the best way to say it.
Yep. All right. And you don't want these robots to live either, because they attack, really just eat someone out.
Yep. So if the robots are the last enemy available, they will use something called Thrust Kick, which ejects a party member from battle.
Yep.
Last switch. I should ask Gray Fox about this. Like, what do I do? Do I just defend? Is that okay? Because I'm not taking any chances.
It's probably, I thought about it. It's probably use Kimari, switch to Titus, kill the robot, and use.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Blah blah blah. What? There we go. Sounds grenade.
Sounds grenade. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking, so like.
Yeah.
My brain is like.
There's a lot happening right now. This section's very like, because you just fought a boss fight and you're doing 5 like fights in a row. And we're gonna use a bomb core because it's faster than attacking. We don't need Distills anymore. So that's the Bevelle guards. That section can be a little scary. If you mess up anything there, by the way, there's a chance that it's over, because your game's gonna soft lock, or your team's gonna die and you're gonna soft lock. It's pretty scary. And now we have the worst section of the game, bar none.
Yay! I'm so excited to auto scroll for the next 6 minutes.
Yep. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the run. It's been a pretty good run so far, actually.
It's been a pretty good run, honestly. Like I'm very happy with this so far.
Yeah, very, very solid gameplay and a lot of good RNG here. No destructive ambushes,
Yeah, like
no RNG fix specials. Just just regular. Oh, okay, that sucks. Regular. Oh, okay, that sucks. Yep. So this next part, it's gonna be Bevelle Trials. Foxy knows exactly what to do here, so we're just gonna watch him suffer, because this is a 5-minute auto scroller where we just cry inside and listen to the song for 5 minutes straight.
It's great, right? Because we just ran away from like the Maesters of Yevon, and we're just in this auto scroller, just hanging out. Like, Gives them all the time in the world to mobilize.
Yeah, use any GM, you know, feel free to put them in chat. You know, this is low key. Like I say this with the utmost like caps. Low key, a banger.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so great that we get the via Purifica music with the Cthulhu for this. So
we get one of the best songs in the game after this section though. So you know, it's like
and it's extended.
It's great. As long as it's not a range OST, you know, that's all we care about here. So, funny enough, I thought about this. I'm pretty sure that 0% of runners I have watched use a ranged OST. It is that. It is.
You are the only person.
No, I'm not anymore. No. I quit, bro. I quit. It was a funny meme, and then I just sat there, and I'm like, "Why am I listening to this?
Why is you might listen
mid?
To this terrible music? Like,
I wouldn't even say it's terrible.
bad.
It's just a mid. Like, it's just like.
Like, what did they expect?
I keep listening to like an amazing, you know, OST that was like, you know, one of the best OSTs of the time and stuff like that. Or I could be listening to whatever arranged OST is. Whatever some of the songs are. Via Perfecto, horrendous song. Like just so many songs in that game are just disgusting.
That's some funny business with the camera.
So
you
like
press
think
forward,
of this game,
that's running backwards.
It's the pre-moving in this game is like the game says no, like you're not allowed to do it sometimes. You gotta wait.
It's literally based on. It's based off. I'm pretty sure it's based off of where you started the input. It keeps that based off of the camera that it had, and then so you just gotta like guess, like you know, like hopefully I didn't start it too early so that it won't work. It's so bad, dude. Oh man, I love this game so. I love this game so much, but it's just absolutely nuts sometimes.
It's just such a fun game, no matter what. Like I think this game like perfected like turn-based combat and everything. It's just It's just like
1000%.
It's It's just so satisfying. It's so fun. Like the little like the game showing you like which the turn order is, stuff like that. It's just wonderful.
It just makes it so much more clear and like. The ability to see the turn order as well as like I loved the puzzle growing up of just like trying every like random encounter trying to get every party member into the battle, right? And like knowing my own speed versus everybody else's so I could get all 7 characters into a fight, like and get AP that way. Like it's a fun little puzzle that you can do yourself and like enjoy it.
And I think something I like about this game too is the sphere grid aspect. It makes it so everyone's like your journey on the path of like what you're giving people or like what characters you're leveling up or like how you're leveling them up is really different for everybody. You know what I mean?
And you can do so many different things with it. So you know, like it makes like every run viable in a way, except for like if you're trying to do ones that are like X character only. That's
really hard. I mean, technically possible, but like you got to use like some caveats, like some tutorials and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Which at that point, whatever, dude. If you're getting all upset about the caveats and tutorials, and like, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, you might as well just like you're doing like an arbitrary thing, anyways. You know? Like,
exactly. It was like just have fun with it, man. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the Vel Trials. Almost, we're almost there.
We're almost there. I just got to make sure to hit the correct thing.
So
we did it.
If we ever go right here, by the way, Titus goes down this super long section, and then when you have to go back up, and you just have a full like mugshot of Titus just staring.
He's staring you down.
It's called the Rite of Shame. That's why we dubbed
the Rite of Shame. It is 100%. Okay, I'm super hot. I gotta take off my sweater.
Yeah, we're just watching him just stare there.
Sweating.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
In the wintertime too.
Holy wow. I had such a busy night tonight, man. Oh my goodness. We don't need to talk about my life, but
what a great way to end the night, just like a beautiful night out. Just
stay until 2 a.m. playing Final Fantasy X.
playing one of your favorite games. It's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta sit down and play a game you love. Sometimes it's great.
That's
like,
honestly.
I'll never get tired running this game. Honestly,
same. Okay. When you call Bahamut, Damien.
Anything, yeah, just name
Edward?
something funny.
Ooh, D-Bone. There we go. D-Bone.
D-Bone.
Don't know where I came up with that stupid name.
D-Bone Smash, bro. So we're gonna see, spoiler alert, we're gonna use that that Aeon a lot, by the way. So this is a CSR thing, by the way, which is good. You don't have to wait for the cycle, you can just go immediately to that. It's great. Alright, now this is the beefiest sphere grid in the entire game. We're gonna give Yuna some very funny stats. Like, you're not... Stats you guys would never see anyone give Yuna in a casual playthrough, essentially. So the first thing first, we're gonna be using Orin here. This is the only time we'll be using Orin Sphere Grid. We're just gonna give him. We're gonna move him over, just to like, you know, help Yuna out a little bit. Like I said, everyone's a stepping stone for Yuna to become busted.
Literally everybody is a stepping stone for Yuna.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
So we're gonna use a Mana Sphere there. That'll be important later. This is a new route change, level 4 key sphere here. We're gonna give Yuna 3 strength nodes right here. Very funny. They're just right here. It's going to be +6 strength, if I believe, which is a lot. And then we're going to use a teleport sphere. We're going to go all the way to where Orin was. And we're going to be using a lot of spheres here. We're going to use a magic sphere. We're going to be using some mana spheres just to give Yuna some stats here. Basically just making Bahamut stronger, essentially, because that's how the sphere grid works here.
We should have called them Beefalmoot. Damn it. All right.
True. So we're gonna be giving Yuna a lot of stats here. There's a lot of strength. Another +4 strength. That's a lot. That's ridiculous. And if you're noticing, we're just giving her a lot of attack, speed, magic defense, mana, just as many good stats as we need. Mainly just non-evasion nodes.
We don't. Why would we evade things when we can just one-shot everything, right?
Yeah, essentially. So. Yeah, we have a lot of levels here, but we can't really go with that hand because this is basically the end of the road for this section. We're gonna be using someone else as a stepping stone for more stats, and it's really cool. The reason why I like this sphere grid a lot is because you just like you're basically like prepping Yuna to just become like the most insanely broken member of the whole entire game. It's really funny to see.
She's the protagonist. That's the thing. That's the funny part. Is that she's the protagonist of the game.
This is her story, you know? This is her story too. She says that in the game. Alright, so there you go. That's the end of the sphere grid. It's great. Yuna has a lot more HP, and basically her stats equate to her Aeons being very strong. So we're not going to be using... we're going to be using Randy first. Randy is going to be our secondary carry.
Sorry. I'm so glad I picked Randy.
Randy's a good name. I like it.
Good old Randy Marsh coming out of
the Randy Marsh coming out of Integrity Farms right here, man.
Coming out of Integrity Farms, my guy.
All right, so so we will be.
I'm definitely going to get 3 maze larvas.
Yeah, exactly. So we can either get 2 maze larvas or 3 maze larvas.
Which is, to me, what the fuck, funny, because I didn't get the overkill on the, negator on crawler. So if you overkill the first side enemy on the crawler fight before Seymour, if you get 2 maze larvas, because we have to kill 4 things with an overkill in this section. To get Yuna enough AP to go through the entire sphere grid as much as she needs to. So if you overkill the negator, and then also only get 2 maze larvas, aka 2 maze larvas, 2 YKTs, once you're in the high bridge before Seymour, not Flux, Seymour, what is
Natus,
it? Natus, yeah. Before Seymour Natus, you have enough AP to not have to use, basically you get an extra, a freebie when we get to units.
A freebie return sphere, yeah. You basically can just use return sphere for Titus instead. It's gonna happen most of the time, but there's a chance that Foxy gets a really rare drop, which will help out a lot. Alright, so we're gonna see the true carry the whole entire run. D-Bone. So if you guys are wondering how much damage D-Bone is gonna do for the rest of this game, so you're probably thinking, Titus is doing about, let's give him benefit of the doubt. Let's say 4,000 damage, at the max. You know, that's a lot of damage. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
How much is the Aeon gonna do?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much
And
damage.
Yuna doesn't even have
Yuna
all
stats.
of like she only got like a certain amount, right, of speeds
Yeah,
of
let's
strengths.
see.
Oh,
And
12,455. 55. Yeah,
Yeah.
12k damage. Wow.
So
Easy peasy.
so it's because the biggest reason why is because Bahamut just has break damage limit automatically, so it's really helpful to just hit those big numbers that we're gonna need.
So okay, wow, this is good. This is good.
This is a very good run so far. Yeah, very solid. So you know now he brings up the worst Aeon in the entire game. You know we have RBs out. You know, Debo doesn't like RBs. Not a fan.
He's not a fan. He's not a fan of the beats.
Yeah. Doesn't come out, smack Arby's, and then I always say this, but you know, Isaru, the guy who's summoning these Aeons, is like, wait, you know, Bahamut's kind of strong. Demon's a little strong here. You know, what if I just like yoinked it from you and just use my own Bahamut?
Bahamut is weak as shit, dude.
Yeah, he just does not feel he tries to copycat you, but you know he's not as good of a summoner as you are. I always wondered why you guys shared a pool. It's just pretty funny. That's great.
All right, now we're gonna get Randy back out on the. It's the last time we're gonna see Randy.
Yeah, so Randy's pretty strong, but you know, a secondary carry to D-Bone. So we
should have named
him
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah. I missed opportunity, dude.
True. Alright, so if you get a crit here, it saves exactly one attack, not the biggest time save, but time save nonetheless. There's absolutely no. Oh, and we got a crit. Beautiful.
I got a crit on the last hit. It didn't matter. Thanks, game.
This happened a lot this run.
Yeah, it's happened a lot this run, which is really funny.
Yep. Alright, so we got underwater swimming, and we have the next hardest boss fight of the entire game. It's gonna be every Altana, ridiculously hard boss fight.
Super mega hard boss fight.
Luckily, we don't care about these underwater encounters too much. We have Almighty Flea, one of the strongest.
The almighty Flea.
Yeah.
Alright.
The Flea is very important, and then it looks like here we're gonna get 2 encounters. We can get 1 encounter in this section, but 2 encounters is gonna happen for sometimes. It just depends when you get the first encounter.
Yeah, kind of sucks. I'm used to getting 1 encounter here, so it's kind of disappointing to lose time like that.
Yeah, it sucks, but like it's just like the game. It's like the definition of the game. Give it the game takers, you know. Sometimes.
Literally the definition.
Yeah, so we're gonna be using Phoenix Downs on the boss. Oh yeah, it's a zombie.
There's always that gimmick in a Final Fantasy game.
It's great. Yeah.
I Phoenix Skywalker, why did I do that?
Oh no. Oh, you're fine. Doesn't matter.
We're okay.
Someone will die, but
bye Riku.
It don't matter.
Riku's getting
bullied. Yeah. So as long as he has 1 Phoenix down before the end of the game, that's all that matters here.
Yep, and I'm good now, so.
Yep.
I have like 4 Basilisk Steels.
Hey, no, I just noticed that. It's funny.
Got one from every, and I got one from every Altana. It's like, your dead body gave me the same weapon that you had, sucker. It's so stupid.
The game just loves giving a lot of these. You know, the game gave you a blue shield on Caller.
Yeah.
You're useful.
Did see that.
I love seeing like the drop sometimes. It's like, oh, that would have been good like an hour ago.
Yeah. Oh, I got a lightning steel on Extractor. This is amazing.
Yeah. The drops of this run can save like a decent chunk of time. So it's really that's gonna be like a lot of like things about these runs is like sometimes you get luckier with the drops. But the biggest thing for this run, in my opinion, personally, are the encounters. Those are the biggest.
Oh yeah, it's so much more time than you expect it to be. At the end of the day, like encounters, just pure number of encounters. It's
just
way more time than you ever expect.
Like Titus dying in an encounter is a lot of time lost already. You're doubling the length of an encounter because each encounter to get into it and flee is 12 seconds. All right, so Foxy's gonna use a teleport sphere. Gonna go over there. Gonna be using a lot of power spheres here. So we're gonna be using that strength sphere that Titus used earlier, and we're gonna be using. We're basically just gonna use him as a stepping stone again to give him all these stats. And Yuna's gonna be very chunky. Like this small section here of strengths. Oh, you need the thingy, the magic defense.
We need the defense.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which...
You get one. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
Yeah, I think we're fine now. But
yeah, you need magic defense for like a little bit of stats. I think you can make it up with another stat later. Not the biggest problem in the world. So right now he only needs one. He only needs one kill here. Also, she's really strong. By the way, there you go.
Also, Yuna is way stronger than Titus now.
Yep, extremely strong.
We have enough. So, Lulu, who we have mentioned before, needs sphere levels 36 to be exact, and we already have that 36. We hit 37 after the Wendigo fight, so we don't have to worry about it. We could use this fight to switch in. But it's not a big deal.
Alright, so earlier, doing about 12,000 damage. Let's see how much damage Demon will do here. You know, maybe a little more. This guy has 30,000 HP, if I remember correctly.
36.
36,000 HP. That's a lot of HP. You know, that could be like 2 Randy hits, maybe 3. Never mind. He's dead.
Bye bye.
And the Thunder Spear. Oh my lord.
Oh my Lanta.
Alright, so what we want here, we're gonna be basically going to the Calm Lands. Not much is gonna be happening. It's just mainly just be us running away the whole time. But it's very important that Yuna does get a little bit of strength here. Because that strength sphere is very important.
Yeah, and I have to, what's the word? I have 2 water gems already, so I don't need to steal from anything at this point. I can just continue through, no problem.
Just running away. The one thing I do hate about this section, though, funny enough, is if Yuna's in your party, you get a preemptive, she goes first.
Really she goes first. Which I should switch her out anyway, because technically it's planned that you have her to switch in immediately, so you don't have to worry about all that jazz. Like with how giving her Chadley, aka Titus's first strike, essentially like mitigates that she'll get 2 hits on the defender after this fight.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, just a lot of running away. This section of the run, this is one of the most intense moments, in my opinion, when you're doing tracking runs, because this is like when you're doing your
everything culminates here. If you don't get it right, you're just like 2.5 hours down the drain. Why? Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like you're basically this whole entire run. You could be doing an 80% run, and it's a lot of time, and you're just like, I need to make sure everything's correct.
Drawing through, and then the chimeras in like, what do you call it? Oh man, like sometimes with Stone Breath, the order in which things die in game is not consistent. So like, you know, like the Guado might die first, or you know, and so the order of basically your order of operations is really important. And so like trying to calculate all that to make sure you get the right drops on top of the right number of kills, on top of the right number of steals, to the right number of deaths, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. So
it's insane. Like there's so many like small little things that like you need to like make sure you're tracking correctly, because like there's gonna be like the order matters, or like stuff like that. Just the order matters, and what they drop matters, and you got to make sure that everything's correct. So it's a lot of stuff, but it's cool to see. Like it's a cool when it finally gets together. It's like you built this run, like, and you get to see like the culmination of it. So that's
Because you did it, right? And we're talking about how like this, it's great to like, you know, not have any downtime. You just kind of do the run, right, for 3 hours, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need time to look at my tracker. I can't play this game one-handed, you know, like that sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's kind of nuts.
It's wild. Like it's cool to see like the different type of runs that people have. It's because the cool thing about trek runs is like everyone has a different route, which is really cool. It's always like it's a personalized run. That's sick. Here it's cool to see. Just the reason I like watching this run a lot too, RNG Fix, is because it's like you're basically like cheering for good RNG with the runner. You know, it's like it's like a sports event, and you're like, please, no ambushes, please, no one die, don't hit Titus. All right, there's a lot of damage by the way. So this boss, if you did not get that power sphere, you would not be able to kill this boss. And a crit, beautiful.
It's like the third time that's happened. Or it's
yeah,
like,
when the crit doesn't matter.
yeah.
All right.
All right, and this is the earth is shaking from how hard D-Bone smacked Defender X. Is the best way to say this.
Yeah. So this is the most. This is a really important part of the run if you're going for an extremely good time. So what's going to happen here is he's going to have a force fight with Kamari, and Kamari's going to basically these two enemies are going to drop either one of two items. It's either going to be a friend sphere or a return sphere, and what we want is friend spheres. It's a roughly 23% chance to get a friend sphere here. So we'll see. Last time I commentated this run,
2-2.
Foxy got 2 friend spheres, which is really good. So there's a chance you get 4 friend spheres, but that's about a 1.5% chance of happening. So I don't think we're gonna see that. Most of the time, though, you're just gonna see 4 return spheres, which is the norm.
The normie mode.
Yeah, you lose about a minute from doing that, but it's like it's just like how the game is. All right, let's see it. We want to see 2 friend spheres here. Would be very helpful.
Ah!
There's no way.
What the fuck, dude?
I cannot believe it.
Oh my god. This is so stupid.
Okay, so I've commentated Foxy's last 2 marathon runs, I'm pretty sure, and he's gotten 2 friend spheres.
You just sort of commentate all of my runs, and literally all of them.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just hit him on Discord. I'll just commentate a run. So this is really important. The reason why is because we get to use Yuna's grid extremely early.
And then, so she doesn't have to,
She does need a little bit of stats, but she should be okay right now.
We did speed too, yes.
Yeah, yes you do. Yeah, you get everything now.
Okay.
And then you're gonna use a friend sphere. So this is really why you need a friend spheres now. So you're gonna go all the way down to where Lulu's at. You're gonna snag these 2 power spheres, and then power nodes, and then you're gonna be using Lulu to move again because Lulu we're gonna use another fence sphere. We have 2 of them. You know, we wanna just move Yun over there. All right, and then we finish this out right now, and that's gonna help us out a lot because yeah, for a lot of things. So then the last thing you could do here is you can grid Titus. You can use a return sphere as well. It helps out a lot because moving here is really slow. And we're gonna get armor break here. Very important skill. We're gonna use first strike on staff. Also very important. And then we need the party. And then so right now, the difference between 2 friend spheres and 4 return spheres is that little bottom part with Lulu. We give Yuna a lot more strength, and she's able to actually kill this next boss without Bahamut dying. Because Seymour's Flux will always kill Bahamut, D-Bone, if you don't have 2 friend spheres. And no crits.
Kill T-Bone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just that
I
is
gotta
the
say,
best.
you know.
That is the best. That's the best name, dude. All right. FF block. FF Final Fantasy block is always goated. You kidding me?
I know.
Like,
It's so good. You got banger after bangers, you know. You get the most chill runners in the world. It's great.
I did a run one time and somebody like commented like, why are Final Fantasy speedrunners the most like well-adjusted people?
because we're just chilling, you know. Like we're just menuing and we're just we're here for a good time. Not a long. I mean, we're here for a good time and a long time.
Both.
Yeah. So also, yeah. Wait, what you saying?
No, go ahead. I'm just.
I was gonna say. So one other thing that's really good here is we don't have to use Riku's Overdrive anymore on this boss fight. We would have to do it normally, but since we got 2 friend spheres, we don't have to force. We're not forced to get Riku's Overdrive, so we can just save it for later. It's great. This is actually a lot of time saving. Dude, this is not really good, actually. I've
been really close. I've been like 30 seconds ahead. Now I'm like close to like. I hate this is not one of my normal runs. Also, we need to find a defense node.
Yeah, there's one on the Unalesca grid before the Unalesca grid.
Okay, good.
You can grid that before actually.
Yeah.
Just because you got 2-2, by the way. Just because you got 2-2.
Are you asking people in the Discord like he missed it? What did he do?
No, I didn't ask that, but it's because I know about that node. Because you need that node just for Spectral Keeper.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Spectral Keeper can kill you, which would be no bueno.
Yeah. Are you gonna get the Fortune Sphere and the Lux Sphere?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing I just asked Foxy is really important because there's going to be a sphere later that's technically not needed, but what it does is it makes it so you don't miss on these next few bosses.
It's a guarantee. I don't need to YOLO this.
Yeah, true. It's a little bit time loss. It's not the worst. All right, and the next boss fight's be extremely fast if you're doing 2 fence spheres. It's great. Oh, ambush? We don't care about ambushes here. Let's go.
Get out of my house. I don't care.
Yeah. Just gotta make sure your party's correct and.
Yep.
Because it can be a little weird if your party's not correct in some of these sections. Like this, all you really need to know is that most of these boss fights is just Yuna and Titus God being the party. That's all you need to know.
That's basically it. It's just an attack. It's impulse, right?
Yeah. It's impulse. Yeah.
Haste her.
Impulse is safer than what's it called?
Yeah.
Do another one. Impulse. So impulse is a slightly longer attack animation, but for this fight, it guarantees that the fight will end on this next attack. If you under damage, then you will not kill him. So it's a little bit of time loss, but it's fine. And yep, see, it would not have killed. Now he will die to himself. Watch. So this animation's like, oh no, protect, and then he's dead. Oh, you don't have enough speed. You don't have enough things. I just realized. You're missing one node.
Yeah, I know. That's what I figured.
Okay,
so what do you do
we're
here?
Fine. Yeah. As long as you kill him, it's fine. You can use. You can just smack him, I guess.
Whatever.
And you get the overkill. Did not matter at all. Let's go. Yeah. So the reason why that fight didn't work, as I said, was because he's missing exactly one node. Just goes to show how precise this run is.
How tight this is.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid how tight this run is.
Yeah, it's wild. Thankfully, though, got the 2-2, so I was able to do that to just do no damage and get the overkill because the overkill is kind of important. You need the EXP.
Otherwise, it'd have to take an extra fight in Xanarkin, which is kind of ass, but.
Yeah. So like it was a little slower than it was like the same speed as a forward turn speed essentially. Thank goodness we.
I still think it's much faster because like 4 returns you have to do at least like 3 or 4 attacks.
Yeah, and you got to do like Rika's Overdrive.
Yeah.
I guess true, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna.
Oh, we're looking really good on time right now. This run's looking very solid. So there's, funny enough, in this cave, there's 2 things we don't want to see. We don't want to see Riku talking about eating a Dark Flan, and we don't want to hear Waka talking about eating steaks off of this behemoth. Because Waka's gonna be like, how many steaks do you think I can get out of this?
How many steaks do we can get out of these? Yeah. World record is way better than I'm getting, Commodore. Don't worry about it.
The world record is ridiculous. It's held by our very good friend Chris Tenarium, very very good runner of this game. Even though he hates this category a lot, he's very very good at it.
He's openly disdainful of this category, which after you run it enough, you just kind of realize how nice it is to like track runs and be able to understand what's happening. Just because
it's just a different run, honestly. You know what I mean? It's like. Sometimes you're not feeling like tracking, you just want to relax a little bit, chill out, and sometimes you want to get a really solid run. It's funny though because this run, since the route's so new, there's no like set like best run right now, like best seed or anything. It's kind of open playing field right now, which is great.
Yeah,
also, Mario Party.
There are like good optimizations and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's like it's still pretty open if you can find something that is better for it.
Yeah, like Gray Fox and Crimson right now, Crimson Inferno and Gray Fox, 2 amazing people in the community, just coming up with new strats like randomly because they're super smart at this game. They understand the game very well.
They just know it's so in and out. It's insane.
Yeah, it's really cool just to see like different stuff being found out for this route and everything. All right, this game set the precedent for the future of JRPGs, in my opinion. It's like the voice acting, the extra content, the gameplay, it's so good. Even the story.
Hey, it's my favorite game of all time, so
it's an amazing game, man.
My nostalgia is strong.
It's wild to see. Like, I think a lot of people didn't like the game on release, and now people like who grew up with it are just like, this game's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I love this game, and everyone loves this game and stuff like that.
I definitely feel like 9 had that treatment too, where like it kind of got overshadowed because they came out within a year of each other. You ever thought about that?
Yeah, 2001. That's wild.
Yeah. Just think about that. Like, those 2 games came out within a year of each other.
Yeah, I still need to play 9. Never played 9.
Oh, great game. I 100%ed it on the OG like PS1, and it was a very rewarding experience. Tetramaster is stupid. Is all I have to say.
Is it the final boss or what?
No, that's the card game mini game.
Oh no! Hey,
you ever played at Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah.
So Triple Triad is like simple, to the point, like crisp is the best way I like to explain Triple Triad to people. Like Tetramaster is just like Triple Triad on steroids when it didn't need the steroids.
It's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, why is this so much like? Oh god.
So yeah, this section here, it's just a lot of encounters.
Yeah.
So I will say though, one thing about RNG Fix is this is, in my opinion, the area with the most variances in encounters for the whole run. If you ever watch 2 runs separately, this section can vary a lot. It's really weird because you're leaving sections of the run. I mean, of like a danger zone. It's like super close to it sometimes, and sometimes the game doesn't give it to you. Insane. Also, that's a really hard puzzle. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
Ridiculously hard.
Hammer, one of my mods in my chat, it opened up to me, admitted that he messed up that puzzle the first time, and I was like, how?
Hey, you know, casually, if you're just like, what do I do? You can
like
see
what
it.
is what is happening? Like
I
what
mean,
is this?
it's a pretty interesting puzzle. It's like the color of the sphere grid. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and also the size of the character. Like Riku is obviously very tiny. Titus is like fit in tone.
Mid. He's mid.
Waka is big and beefy, like a dad should be.
All right, we have the next boss fight, Sanctuary Keepa. This is Keepa's.
Yeah, this is Keepa's
This is
final
Keepa's
form.
second form. No. This is his second form. His final form is Spectral Keepa. Spectral Keepa being a very, really cool boss, honestly. A very cool boss, casually.
Honestly, the amount of like gimmick in a lot of these fights is actually pretty good in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, it's like no fight, like it doesn't overstay its welcome when it comes to like changing the fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like every single fight's like the same thing, like or like it's a different gimmick each fight. It's like when a fight needs it, it feels natural and good. All right,
so more to body
Muhammad being very busted here.
Yeah, the more to body stuff for Seymour kind of does, I feel like, wear out its welcome, but it is different every time. So,
alright, we're gonna use a very important move here, Armor Break. It has a 1 in 101 chance of failing, by the way. So that I'm not gonna say it's it's gonna fail, but you know, there's a world out there. I've seen it before.
There's a world out there.
Yeah, so he's gonna smack this boss here. Should die in one hit.
Yeah.
81,000, just casual 81k. You know, nothing too special.
Pretty cash.
Yep, and some more return spheres. We're gonna need the return spheres because Aura needs first strike. Very important. He has that for the final boss fight. We essentially, so this whole entire thing, we just need the 3 main characters for the final boss fight. I guess the second to final boss fight, whatever. Basically, all 3 of those people need first strike. It is imperative that they all have first strike.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot let BFA, Brasco's Final Aeon, have a turn. If that happens, then you're gonna cry a little inside.
Well, add 5.5 hours into that Commodore, or close to 5 hours. Like, this is like the 7.5 hour mark right now for like the actual like any percent run. But cutscene remover is goated.
Yeah, and also banger incoming.
Oh, mega banger! All right.
All right. So the section, really cool part about this section is you get to just hear the music play the whole entire time. It's great.
Best part of the game.
Yeah, it's sick. It's like you got 2 Xanarkin playing, you know, the beginning of the game into this section. It's great. This whole entire section is just wonderful, honestly. Like, you find out so much stuff, and then it really just feels like the climax of the whole entire game. You're like, oh, whoa.
You like return to the beginning.
Yep.
Listen to my story. And you're like, wait a minute.
Like, I was
Hold
here.
on.
Like, I was
why
here
did
like
I,
50 hours ago.
Why did I reset? No.
Yeah. I also love, like, a lot of the developments that come out. Like, when everyone comes in the airship and everything is like they just experience, like, you know, this is it. And then Sid's like, whoa.
Sid's like, whoa.
Yeah, Sid's like, wow. You happy bunch, man.
Y'all are too happy about this. Like, chill out.
Yeah, so
I don't understand
section...
why they call those quad horns.
They're called quad horns? I didn't
No,
know.
they're not. They're not. I think they're called Valhallas or something like that.
Like God of War? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I did start playing the DLC. It's a lot of fun. A little bit slow in the beginning, but you know, good.
Hey,
either way, sorry.
It's free though. It's free though, you know.
It's free, baby.
All right, so he picked up a Fortune Sphere there. It's basically just a marathon backup, or if you're not feeling, you know, risky here. So basically, these next few fights, Bahamut has a 3% chance of missing if he doesn't use a Fortune and Luck Sphere. So we just want to mitigate that 3% by giving Bahamut a little bit of luck here.
Or if you're like me and you do 1 run a night, it's like, yeah, I might as well just not miss. Oh, come on.
Yeah, because like I've lost runs to that before. Like I've been on like 3 minutes ahead of my PB and then just missed, and it's like, oh, it's over.
It's
I'm gonna
over.
lose 3 minutes. It's like I should have just not lost. I could have just not done that. I could have just taken the 15 seconds of time loss or whatever it takes. So one thing here is, so what Foxy could do here is he could get the friend sphere just to guarantee he can get like an extra node. Maybe actually no, that wouldn't work. Actually, what am I saying? No, so he doesn't need a friend sphere because he already got 2 friend spheres. So let's use a little bit of time here because this section has a lot of random encounters. It's just a little bit of time save as well on top of the 2 friend spheres that he got earlier.
And coming up on the second best Cloistered Trials in the entire game.
Yep, this is in my opinion the longest, right? Is it the longest? Is it longer than Bevel Trials?
I think it's similar in length, but more tedious.
Yeah, it's pretty tedious. But like we just have a PDF that we use because we don't want to memorize this section because you can memorize it, but it's like why? It's just a picture we use for a lot of this this puzzle here.
I want to get. I have it saved on like a Google Drive so that I can take it to like a Michael's and like
you got to do it, dude. You got to do it.
Have it like
frame it,
frame it on my wall, and be like, there it is. Like
Yeah. So he's gonna sphere grid here. It's gonna be a really long, kind of a long grid. He's gonna be using a black magic sphere on fire. He's gonna use a return sphere on the fire. So, and then he's going to move over to this empty node here. He's going to use a luck and fortune sphere and the speed sphere here.
Where's the
magic defense? There's one like. Let me see if it's fast.
Can I grab this magic sphere? And that's like a.
I would grab the magic sphere, and you have 1 extra power. I'm pretty sure you can grab both of those, and you might be okay. You see that? You see the HP sphere? Maybe. Yeah, you should be okay. Oh, yeah, grab the mana by the way as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you do. I would grab both just in case. I don't know because it's weird. It's weird because your stats are a little weird right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm like kind of like panicking. I'm like, what do I need? I don't know.
Yeah. It's weird.
Actually, don't remember what this last section of nodes is. All right, so I'm just gonna go quiet while I do all of this stuff because it's kind of just terrible.
It is horrible. It's okay. It's because it's just long. Like it's ridiculously long. It's a cool, I guess, break in the game, but it's like, why do we need this long of a break? There's only 2 parts of this game I don't like, and it's Bevel Trials, and it's this. It's very boring. I hope you guys enjoyed the marathon. It's been a very good marathon so far. Very
wild,
very nice. Right? Yeah. It's been about 3 hours, but it hasn't felt like 3 hours. You know, we've just been bantering and having fun with this game. This game's always fun to watch.
That's why I like running this game too, is because like I can just banter while I run it.
Yeah. Just like chilling with the fam, you know, chilling with your chat or something or somebody. It's great because like it doesn't really feel like 3 hours, honestly. Like the game's kind of sections. The first hour is like the tutorial, then Blitz Ball. Second half is the mid game encounters and Seymour and stuff like that, and then end game is like Bahamut stuff. It's great.
Okay. And a lot of these like overlap too in terms of like where you need to run. So it's hard to remember exactly like which one you're on without like real true rote memorization.
Funny because it's funny because this section is like you're doing not much, and then after that you're doing boss fights where you just summon Bahamut and then you smack him because you're so strong. It's great. Yeah, most runners though, in general, do not have this memorized. People just have, people just have a Googled like a picture.
Oh yeah, I pull
Just
up
chilling.
I pull up the notes every time.
Exactly,
like every run.
I don't like. I could memorize it, but like, why?
What? Yeah, it's literally right there.
I can just look at it and be like, oh,
We have the technology. Like,
Exactly.
what's the point?
exactly. This game kind of has built-in bathroom breaks too. If you have turbo.
Yeah, it's
If you
super
just turbo,
nice.
if you just
Yeah.
turbo like during some fights, you're just like, yep, I can just go to the bathroom or do something else.
I will probably do that with Unaleska.
Yep. So yeah. So
hope.
right now, he is going to grab the last bowl.
I'm gonna save before Unaleska, and then
Yeah,
if I like
just-
die.
You should save before a spectral for sure, actually, because
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
because
I have to
if things go wrong, then you would have to do this whole entire thing again, and it's like, nope, not worth.
not worth.
That's a little weird, but it's.
I think as long as you get other stats, it's fine. I am a little concerned
Yeah.
because a defense node is kind of a big deal.
Yeah. It's weird because like Spectral Keeper does a lot of damage. But these extra stats should be helpful for you. Let's see D-Bone, please destroy Keepa's final form.
D-Bone. Where did I come up with this stupid
I don't
ass
know.
name, dude?
You know, it's for the 2 a.m. thoughts, you know, some 2 a.m.
Oh,
thoughts.
maybe. Yeah. God,
Yeah.
it's 2 a.m.
All right.
It doesn't feel like it though. It's nice. I think running the game. All right, here we go.
We just don't want D-Bone to get.
Whoa! Who cares,
It
Crit?
didn't
Who
matter.
cares? It
It
didn't
didn't
matter. Who cares?
All that
Who
stuff we're worried
cares?
about. We don't care.
Literally just crit and it goes away. Dude.
Yeah, you know what? Hear me out. Just crit. Never punished. How's your pace looking right now, by the way? Curious.
I'm 14 seconds behind PB, which I think technically isn't correct.
Did you you have 2 friend spheres for PB?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, then you're about to save more time because you have you didn't have the grid. I mean, yeah, you're fine. You did the grid early, so you should be chilling. All right, so this next boss fight is guess what?
Guess what we're doing? We're summoning D-Bone. I'm gonna go pee. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Foxy needs the bathroom break.
Double check that he's gonna be summoned. Bye bye.
Yeah, yeah. So every runner will do that. Most runners who have turbo on, since turbo's allowed in every single category now, we just have it chilling like that. Yep, and then Unaleska has 60,000 HP on every single 60,000 HP per form. There's 3 forms. As long as he has 60,000 HP or more, he's chilling. 68,000 looking like a really good roll as well. This is a if you guys have never played this game before, by the way, this boss fight is ridiculously hard. Like, it's no joke. Like each form is 6,000 HP, and it's Unesk has absorb. It's not a good time if you're playing this game without like abusing a lot of stuff. I feel like this is like a big gatekeeper for a lot of people. This BFA and stuff like that. Alright, one more smack should be it. Calls me Brain Blast. Hopefully Fox comes back in time. He's
We're good.
Nice. Your damage rolls are very good, by the way. Oh,
Well, that's the worst one. No.
yeah. So he got a zombie. So basically, that fight.
That's
this
literally the
category-
worst drop.
Yeah, it's still a zombie strike weapon, so it's faster than getting a zombie attack. But it's we basically want any weapon that Unesk drops is a zombie strike weapon. We want a weapon in general, but we got Riku's, which is the slowest one. It's not the end of the world, but it's like we don't want that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead while I'm here. We're gonna customize Shimmering Blade, First Strike, and then we're going to equip Riku with Devastator. Just
Perfect.
not deal with it.
Yeah, best not even worry about stuff like that.
So now comes
So-
kind of the most annoying part of the run, because it's just literally running up to the top of the airship like 4 times.
We talked about this part last time. It's basically just listen to a banger while going to the same section over and over again. It's like, yes, it sounds a banger. And then we're gonna go talk to Yuna and Kimari, and then we're gonna go back to where we just were. And then guess if you guys enjoyed that, we're gonna be doing that about 4 more times.
It's so great.
It's great. Yeah, but this is basically like, so this next few sections aren't really like anything to be worried about. We're literally just gonna be moving and talking and fighting quote unquote boss fights. Spoiler that they're not boss fights to us.
Yeah, not at all.
It's D-Bone's playground. That's what I'll call
It's
it.
T-Bone's playground.
Impulse City. You'll see it.
I must thank you. So. Well.
All right, so then we're gonna go back to Sid, and then we're gonna go to Sid.
It's so bad, dude.
And then we're gonna go to Sid. Hey, like sometimes it's hard to remember sometimes. Like,
And now we go all the way back up to the top of the airship.
Listen to the banger, going back up on the ship again. You guys, I heard you guys like the song, so we'll play it again. This song is a banger, though. Yeah, it's a banger. And then, what I said about boss fights is, we're just gonna be chilling. It's literally just impulse. We want crits here, though. Crits would actually save a lot of time. Alright. So we're just gonna summon with Yuna here. She's gonna be using D-Bone, and he's gonna be using Impulse for these, because attack is way too far. But Impulse has a really cool sound effect in this game.
You're like what's the word? Wrong button. There we go. Impulse is a really cool sound effect. Oh, another crit, baby!
And a
Free
crit.
time save! Free time save!
Oh my lord. This one's spicy, bro. This one's spicy. I like it. What were you saying, Mo?
I don't know. I'm pouring a beer. Like, it's 2 in the morning. Like, screw it.
Hey, you know what? It's perfect. Hey, it's honestly optimal FF10 hours.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, you
Right?
you know the feeling when you're at the end of like a 90% run and it's like super late and you're at this section, you're like, oh my god, just get over with. We have another hour almost. We have another like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, please let me end this suffering.
Yeah, it's just super long. And this section. So the thing about this run that's like, is that the final section of the run, like this part, is kind of like you're just doing nothing. You're kind of just summoning Bahamut, killing everything.
Yeah.
Which is the fastest possible thing. So it helps out a lot.
Literally, all of this is just setting up for Bahamut at the end game. Essentially, like all of mid game, everything we do past like right at Seymour is like, yep, we're doing this to summon Bahamut later in the game. That's it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so this is Sinspawn Gen A. We don't care about Sinspawn Gen A because we just bypass and just impulse the back.
Said Janae, you were talking like Forrest Gump. I don't know why.
No.
I was like,
I said on purpose. I said on purpose. I literally said just like Forrest Gump because me and Erling always talk about Gen A from Forrest Gump.
I love you, Janae.
I just call it Sinspawn Janae. And then I call the other ones Sinspawn
It is
Gina.
Janae though. Like that's how you say it. It's just that like
exactly. I say the first one's Gino, the other one's Janae.
Janae.
Forrest game.
It's so stupid.
It's
dude.
godlike. Oh yeah, so this is the first trip, by the way, up here.
We gotta do it again.
So, you guys want to see me go up to the?
Yeah, you want to see me
top of the
do
ship?
it again? You want to see me do it again?
You want to see me do it again? Guess what? He gets teleported back. Oh, guess what we're doing? We're going back up.
Because there's no cutscene, there's no break, so you're just like, what am I doing?
Exactly.
I love you, Jenna. So stupid.
It's godlike.
Oh god, it's so bad, but it's so good.
You're never gonna remember.
I'm never gonna not do that now. Like,
yeah.
oh god, get out of here, dude. Come on. Oh man, I can't. No, you can't ruin me like this. 2 in the morning, man. I'm not prepared. Good roll.
Let's see it. We want to smack. Nice. You can accidentally get a 3 because you're under damage. It's really weird.
Yeah. As I like to say, what did the 5 fingers say to the fates? Slap.
Schlap.
Right.
All right, so we have this whole entire section where there's a bunch of encounters. It's pretty hard to see this route, by the way. First time you would learn it, I still get kind of lost sometimes when I do this run. So I mean, we're just gonna be like, gotta make sure you're.
Once you've played this game a ton casually and also have done this run a lot, you understand the route. It's very simple. It's just like
it's
right.
It's really weird to look at it though for the first time. You're just
oh,
like,
absolutely, yeah. Because
what am I looking at?
It's the only this and the like post game dungeon are the only 2 maps that are not preloaded for you, so you have to explore essentially. But thankfully we have flee, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and first strike, which is great. Okay, so like I said earlier, there is a 1% chance, but a less than 1% chance, that Titus will not armor break Seymour on his next fight. So it's not gonna happen because it's very rare. And there's no way that'll happen on camera. I mean, on stream.
Don't tempt the game. The game knows what we say.
The game can hear it. It's funny because I've lost so many of my runs, my CSR runs, to missing over armor break. Actually, I've had
Really?
my run is armor break miss. Yeah.
I've only done it once, maybe twice.
it's heartbreaking because
So
if you don't get it, it's dead. No. Don't say you're due. It's like it should never happen. You know what I mean?
Hey, with how you're talking, I'm due.
No. No
I'm
foreshadowing
Mountain Dew
here.
right now.
No foreshadowing here. We're just honest gamers out here.
We're super honest gamers.
Yeah, but we don't really need any of these encounters. If we needed Riku's Overdrive, we could get it here, but we don't really need it because Riku has it already, and we have 2-2, which is good.
This is a really good run.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that I like messed up the gridding for Flux and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with this.
It's still PB pace right now?
Not anymore. Well, maybe. I don't know. What is my go check SRC. What's my PB?
Right now. Yeah, I'll look right now.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
The problem is that like my I think I might have been on PB pace with the last marathon too.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
hey, I'm good luck, you know.
Live and let live.
You might as well be. Damn.
Alright, so he's gonna put Unit back in the party here. There is a backup here, but we don't need to do it here.
Yeah, if I miss the arm work, I'm just closing out of the game and resetting. It's the fastest way to do it.
Exactly. And we don't have time for backups here. Your PB is a 3:14:20.
Damn.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So now,
Think we're good.
if the camera changes on this hit, that means you got it. Let's see. We want to see a camera change here. Let's go. Nice. That scared me a little bit though, because it didn't change until later.
Like I can always check that I've got the what's what I'm looking for. Like
Yeah.
I can kind of like half see like the armor
Yeah,
break.
armor
like,
break. Yeah, status. Yeah. Okay. So this is the annoying thing with all these fights is you always gotta take Unit out of the party like every single time. If you guys have not noticed, it's ridiculously annoying. It's like because the reason why
I gotta
choices
remember
first is
I'm
a
on
flea.
armor break and not on flee.
Yep, that's always a thing as well because Titus's only objective here is to use armor break. He's been demoted to armor break boy and talk boy.
Armor break and talk. That's it. Yeah, like we spent so much time like beefing him up, and it's like thanks for being beefy. Now you were swole. Now it's time to get your
He got
your
skilled,
honey
you know,
soul.
the meta changed.
I could say something very weird right now, but also super funny. But I'll save that for another time.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
All right, so this is basically the last set of random encounters. So the next part, so you're thinking, okay, so what skills you need in a Final Fantasy game? You need good menuing, you need good knowledge about the game. You also need to be able to dodge spikes for some reason. This game has weird.
This is the weirdest like end game area.
Yeah.
It's like so small. I guess I do appreciate how small it is because like I think I get annoyed playing like older Final Fantasies where like you got to run through this huge area with all these different enemies and like all this stuff, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a doozy. But here it's like just a hallway basically, like a
It's hallway with like you avoid some spikes, and you can flee from those battles. So I mean, whatever, man.
Yep. So here it is. This is going to be. We basically don't want to hit any of these spikes here. Fox is going to focus up. We need to collect 10 of these eggs here, and he's got to be really careful to not hit any of these spikes. It's hard because the camera is trash. The camera is trash in this section. It is. You're battling the camera. The camera is all very like. It's out to get you.
No, I'm not getting that.
And if eggs are really far away, you're basically also saying, "Yeah, I can't do that," and he'll be really careful here. Looking for eggs here. There's one over there, which is good. So far, not bad. This section can be very brutal if you're trying to go really fast. Most runners will kind of no balls it, risk it a lot. You do lose a lot of time though for getting an encounter.
Come on, it was like as I pressed the button.
I know, I saw that. That was whack. Like that, just 12 seconds there because the game said no. You also get wombo comboed into getting another one. It's really stupid. So
Yeah.
it's like why are we? Why am I doing a mini game like this in a Final Fantasy speedrun at the end? Now the eggs are being very mean. Only real strat we have in this section though is moving towards the camera, so you have more, like screen to look at. But it's so scary to run right into a spike. So star setting is really helpful here.
The like buffer with like the walk button, which is O
Yeah,
or
and
circle.
we have one more to go. We need to see it. There we go. Perfect.
Not
There we
terrible.
go. Yeah, not bad. All right. So this is the last grid we have to do. Only has to be Yuna's grid. This is going to be if certain circumstances make us change the sphere grid, but thankfully for Foxy, it's only going to be Yuna's grid in this section. He already did everything else that needs to be done. First strike, Riku zombie strike weapon, all that jazz.
Use zombie strike. We've got Orin's first strike. So really, it's just Yuna gridding,
Yep.
which I have more than enough speed tiers.
Yeah, exactly. Always good to have a little extra. You're missing the bottom one at the right. No, not the right, not there.
What?
You're missing the speed sphere at the bottom right.
I got it.
No, the one like to the left of there. You see it? There?
No, because I got the what do you call it? Kamari.
Oh, really? Is that how it works?
Yeah. So you don't have to
Really?
use that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
the whole point.
wild. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah, that's what that's for.
Wow. That's crazy. That's so sick. Oh, so then you just use the friend sphere on Kamari. Oh, Kamari. That's so smart.
Yep.
Dude, Greyfox is so smart, dude. That's it. Wow. I was like, oh no, I don't want you to die. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Dude.
That is ridiculously smart. I'm very impressed. All right, so this whole fight is why we have all these stats, why we have all these things for people. What it's gonna do? Switch to Riku and use her overdrive here. Also banger as well.
Sphere plus
Grenade.
There we go.
Exactly. So that's
This
what
is how I knew I was in the metal.
So I'm gonna talk here.
Oh, lose.
And then Yuna just summons
Our good old D-Bone. Good old D-Bone, baby.
D-Bone's a little beefier than he was than normal Bahamut. Normal Bahamut has like 2,900 HP. Here, he's a little beefed up. I like it. And casual 96,000. Alright.
This Jack beam me, baby. Jack beam me.
So there's a chance. So there's a 20%, no, like a 1 in 3 chance, maybe 20% chance. I don't know what the number is, but that he uses this move called Jack Beam. It's extremely fast. It saves you about 30 seconds, straight up. So
It's hilarious because Brathos Final Aeon, aka Jack Big Boy here, with his sword swings gives the delay status. So that's like the main reason.
Yep, I gotta see it.
Casual 5-9.
Let's see it.
Jack Beam, let's go!
God, let's go!
I got Jack Beam last time too. You need to be on all of my runs, dude. Get out of here.
Bro.
Get out of and a crit to finish. Oh my god. Wow.
What a run. Is this
Get
PvP?
Wow, this is not PvP.
Aw, sad, but still an amazing
But-
run overall.
And now we get our Yuna.
Nods head, yep. So basically,
Arby's.
right now we're gonna thank our Aeons. They really have to help us out this whole entire game. We gotta thank them all for their service, and they need a paycheck, essentially.
Yeah. We gotta pay them off for all the hard work they've done.
Exactly. Give them the severance.
Give them that severance. Yeah, so Yuna is literally going to throw all of our money.
Yeah, so the reason why we need to use Spirit Change here is because these Aeons have extremely high evasion. Like,
Yep.
the chance of hitting them is ridiculously low. You cannot actually lose the section, but you can lose a lot of time if you
Yep.
mess up here. And we also have Riku's zombie strike weapon, which is really weird. Like, it's such a weird turn order to do it.
Yeah, so you have to like defend, haste, attack, and then
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I always have notes for this section because just for the zombie strike weapons because it's super different. Like, if depending
Literally
on
anybody out of the outside of Titus Una Arin is good, except Riku, because Riku is going to be in the party. Yeah, it's like
I hate it. It's like it's
you
hard to
gotta switch
remember.
Yeah.
You have to watch like, the haste animation.
And then Lulu is also a memey one because Lulu
That's the hypest one.
Because Lulu is such a meme because like all Lulu does is just let it like waltz over and it takes so long. Anybody else is so much faster. Just like Kamari. Like
Yep.
I think I've never gotten a Kamari
Really?
zombie strike weapon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, yeah, it's he's pretty damn fast.
And you have
Yeah,
to
but
watch
there's a lot.
all of these. You have to watch all of these cutscenes because there is actually a reason to this. So the cutscene remover actually also works for like longer categories such as like Nemesis percent and Penance percent. So in those categories, you also get Yojimbo. So to kind of normalize how long it would take for all of these, we also, or the modders and the community decided to include the summon animations because it would take so much time. Because you can't short these, so like you can't skip these in a cutscene per se because you're in battle. I'm pretty sure, but you know it just kind of normalizes all of it to understand that if you did decide to speedrun this game for some reason and you wanted to like try a new route where you got Yojimbo or somebody else, then that would be the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool to see like when you beat this game on like a really like late save file, like your Aeons are busted. Like they have so much HP you gotta deal with them because the HP that you have on them before this fight is how much they have. Really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we have just enough for everybody.
Yeah, barely enough. Just good. That's almost over. Right.
Let's go D-Bone.
Yeah, D-Bone, definitely the MVP of this run, and we need to send him out. It's great. I love it. D-Bone making his grand entrance. And obviously, we're gonna pay him off as well. It's funny he's so big, but his evasion's still extremely high.
Love watching D-Bones or Bahamut like the dodge animation is just like he's just like, oh yeah, like stunting on the haters kind of deal, if that makes sense. Like he kind of just like keeps his arms crossed and kind of just like takes a step back a little bit and he's like, oh, excuse me, brother. like
I'm cool.
Literally, it's such early 2000s like cool
stuff. I know, yeah.
It's so good. All right, here's the weird bits. We got to defend with Yuna, haste with haste Riku.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Defend again, attack. We got a crit. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then you definitely have the status. That's good.
Yep.
So then the only thing we need to do now is.
But they get power waves too. Which is stupid. I don't know if that heals the status.
Did that cure the status?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it doesn't. It
doesn't. Yeah.
Oh no! He has. It's gone. It's gone. I think he's supposed to switch weapon. Yeah, he healed. You have to hit him again.
Oh, I just hate this because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's fine. You can just switch weapon. Oh, actually, you can't. Oh, switch weapon again, maybe. Yeah. Switch weapon and then attack and then kill. That's it. It's just so weird with this stupid.
Yeah, because Riku is just the weird. It's like the one weird one.
Yeah,
Because
and
like
then
you
we got
have to do
Phoenix
extra
Down.
steps for it. Yeah, and time.
All right, 322.43. RTA. GG's.
Thank you. 315 IGT.
Oh, great
So
run, man.
about a minute, a little over 2 minutes behind, which is pretty good. So
Yeah,
yo,
especially
thanks,
when you're
team.
playing safe and everything. It was
Yeah.
a very good run.
And also
That was
having to
cool.
like go back and be like, wait, what happened? I missed one node, and that kind of changed everything. So
Yeah, it was a very, very, very solid run. Very, always fun to watch this run. Everything.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for having me. I don't know how much time we have. I think I submitted 3:25. Okay, perfect. We're
Yep,
like
that's
right on time.
and that's perfect. Yeah,
That's
it's crazy
right on
because
time.
I know it's wild because it's like I was thinking like things can just happen where stuff just goes wrong and stuff like that, and it's just out of your control. You know what I mean? So it's good that you were able to have a pretty solid run. I know how stressful it is just to, like being in some certain parts and you're like stressing out. You're like, please don't mess me up. You know, don't let me die in Thunder Plains.
This is
But yeah.
like usually I try to give very high estimates for my runs just in case because I never know what's gonna go wrong and I always feel like I'm gonna like mess it up somehow. So it feels good to be within a few minutes of the estimate. But yeah, thanks for having me. I don't know. Do we just? I don't know
Yeah.
if you're ready to
Yeah,
say
no,
like
yeah, no problems. Just any closing words for
cool, yeah.
yeah.
So please come check out the Final Fantasy X speedrunning community. Both me and Vermi over here are runners, obviously, and it's a really fun game to do. It's a lot of like resources. We just recently, as mentioned way earlier in the run, allowed Turbo on both HD console and PS2. So Turbo is basically allowed on every single category that you can play in this game, which is really nice for a run that's either over 9 hours, close to 10, depending on how familiar you are with the run. Feel free to follow me on Twitch, FoxyJira. I do run this game every so often, as well as casual stuff and whatever. It's a good time. So thanks for having me, Vermilion. Appreciate it. Good luck with the rest of the marathon. And yeah, thanks again.
No problem. Thank you so much. And don't worry, guys. We have more runs. We have a lot more marathon left. Next up, we have Evil D with Little Witch No Beta. So, enjoy the wait for that. We'll be back in no time. See.